It's a hockey weather day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. For the last game of the year, one game, one trophy. Yale, the last team in the field, could be the last team standing. And the rival Connecticut school just 8 miles away, Quinnipiac, could finally make believers of all the doubters. 2 schools, 1 trophy. The national championship game on ESPN is next.
The Frozen Four, where college hockey crowns its national champion, where legends are made.
Shot deflected, score! And Boston University is your Division I champ.
And history is written.
They scored! Harvard wins the national championship!
Where the unlikeliest of heroes can rise and dreams can end. Teams come to Pittsburgh in search of their first national championship. Who will step up and rise on college hockey's biggest stage?
Here comes Andrew Miller. He's got room. He can win it. Score! Andrew Miller and the Bulldogs are going to the championship game. We will have an all-Connecticut final to determine the NCAA national champion. The Quinnipiac Bobcats get it done.
The goal, to raise the trophy for the first time. The journey begins next.
Welcome to the NCAA Hockey Championship, presented by Northwestern Mutual. A cold day in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania today, an excellent backdrop for this national championship game between 2 Connecticut schools, Yale and Quinnipiac. We began with 4 here in Pittsburgh, and we are down to 2. Yale tries to become the first Ivy League school to win a national title since 1989. For both these schools, it's the first time they've been here. Inside the dressing room before the game, Quinnipiac head coach Rand Pecknold.
In the end, we've had 42 games this year. We've lost 7. That's it. We don't need to change anything, do we? 42 games, we've lost 7 all year. We are a great hockey team. And we're great because we are relentless. We hunt pucks. We do not allow time and space. We compete. We win battles. We shots. We win races, okay? And we pull for each other. Let's get a W. Here we go.
They are the best defensive team in the country, but this Yale team is suddenly scoring goals, almost 4 a game in their last 13. So great to be here. John Butchergoss with this beauty, Barry Melrose. And Barry, Jordan Samuels-Thomas of Quinnipiac is suddenly the best player on their team.
Yeah, Yale might want to buy some insurance for this guy because he's playing so well. St. Cloud had no answer to him. He's a big horse. He's strong. He's a great skater. He's a power skater. Right here, you're going to see his first goal early in the game. That really sent the momentum. Again, he was just winning physical battles behind the net. This looks like a replay of his first goal, but it's not. It's an assist on the second goal of the game. And as I said, St. Cloud just couldn't handle him. Yale has to find a way to control this guy down low. He can't be walking to the net time after time after time tonight the way he did Thursday night against St. Cloud.
The only Connecticut native on this team began learning to skate in South Windsor, Connecticut. Now here he is playing for a national title. Barry, the best power play right now in the Frozen Four. And of course, the last team standing is Yale, led by their captain, Andrew Miller.
He's a great leader, but he's also a great hockey player. That's a great combination to have if you're a coach because you can play him in every situation. Right here, you're going to see the overtime winner. Just speed right there. It's a flat-out one-on-one situation. And that's what Yale wants to create. They want to create one-on-one battles with their fast forwards, Agostino, Root, Miller, players like that get in foot races against the other team's big, slow defensemen. So if that happens tonight for Yale, they got a good chance of winning this game.
He's a senior from Michigan. Meanwhile, Barry, a time now for our Capital One Impact players. And let's focus on Matthew Pekka. He's from Canada. All those junior teams up there thought they were going to get him, but he chose to play college hockey. And, man, he looks great.
Oh, Canada, he's a beauty. He belongs to the Tampa Bay Lightning. This guy's got everything. He's not big enough yet, size-wise, but he's getting stronger every year, heavier every year. He's a magnificent skater. He's courageous. He goes into traffic areas. And like Miller, he can fly. So he wants to get into foot races also. He's on a great line with Quinnipiac with the 2 Jones brothers. So it's just going to be a fantastic game with Miller and Pekka going against each other.
This is the 4th time these 2 schools have played each other this year. Clay Matvick, what's going on ringside?
Well, that's right, John. They are calling this the Battle of Whitney Avenue Part 4.
This is the fourth meeting. These two schools separated by less than 8 miles on Whitney Avenue. And tonight, it's just the 18th all-time meeting going back to 2006, but obviously the biggest in school history. Hockey player Jeff Brow, former Yale player, and about 20 former Bulldogs players in the Virgin Islands tonight, celebrating his wedding to his bride, Katie. They moved the wedding up to 5 o'clock so no one would miss any action.
I like those priorities, Barry.
That's going to be a long marriage. I can see it.
We're underway in Pittsburgh for the national championship. Here comes Kellen Jones, shooting over the net of Jeff Malcolm, the Yale goaltender. Of course, Eric Hartzell, Hobie Baker finalist, is the Quinnipiac tender. The identical twins, Kellen and Connor Jones, out there with Matthew Pekka, the player Barry just profiled for Quinnipiac. Let's take a look now at how Yale and Quinnipiac, Barry, plans for success, brought to you by Northwest Mutual.
Well, Keith Elaine, the coach of Yale's got to get his team forgetting about the 3 losses. They don't matter. It's what happens tonight that matters. So be ready. If you got to change a few things, do it. And again, Quinnipiac, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They beat this team 3 times. They know what it takes. They just got to make sure they do the same things over and over again.
So it's Yale and Quinnipiac for the national championship. 2 Connecticut schools. Neither has won a national title in their school history. Again, the 4th time they've met. Quinnipiac won the first 3 by a combined score of 13-3. Each of those games had a big buzz in the skate of the Connecticut. And here we are again. Lagunier to defenseman Michael Fallon, blocked aside easily by Hartzell as defenseman Tommy Fallon came in to activate, which you'll see from a couple of these Yale defensemen. Jeff Malcolm again, he's the netminder for Yale. Big responsibility for him today to play well against the great Eric Hartzell at the other end. Quinnipiac by far, Barry, the best defensive team in the country.
And again, I think Malkin has to be the best player in the ice for Yale tonight. There's a lot of pressure on him. He didn't play in 2 of those losses Yale had to Quinnipiac, so that's certainly something that Keith Elaine can point at that will be a difference maker.
Dan Federico has a hard hit there by Van Brabant on Balch. Puck bounces into Malcolm, and he makes the save. Keith Elaine is the head coach of Yale. He played goalie for Yale. He's one of 7 brothers, grew up in Worcester, Massachusetts.
Just a hard-nosed guy. He's been an NHL assistant for a number of years. Excellent hockey guy, never smiles. He's what hockey's all about, gruff, angry. But I'll tell you, he loves his team, and they play very hard for him.
And, of course, Rand Pecknold, he began making $6,500 a year when he took over this program, and now he has built them into a power that can win a national championship and bring one home to Hamden, Connecticut.
It is his program. No one else has ever coached it.
Trent Ruffalo will chip this out now. Battle. Matt Killian, part of this 4th line for Yale.
Very good 4th line.
Jordan Samuels-Thomas, the player that Barry profiled, is on the ice, number 19. There's Ben Arndt. He scored last game against St. Cloud State. Chips it in, hit hard. Here comes Van Brabant with the big hit. Off the bench comes Kellen Jones. Tripped up. Arndt still out there.
That could have been a penalty right there. That could have been a knee pretty easily, knee on knee.
Carson Cooper takes it over. Matthew Pekka back out there. Kellen Jones, wrist shot over the net. Puck just came on edge as he shot it.
Boy, this is a fast game. Both these teams are flying. They obviously know each other. A little bit of anger out there. A lot of hitting going on. Excellent start to this game for both clubs.
So the St. Cloud State game, of course. Oh, scoring early. That's Rob O'Gara, a future Boston Bruin. And he's going to be penalized, and he can't believe it as play continues on. And they're shoving in the corner. So that's O'Gara. He is stunned at what looks to be a penalty called on him. Hard hit along the boards. Let's see what the call is. The call is elbowing, Barry. Let's take a look at this, and what do you think?
When I first saw it at full speed, it certainly looked like a good hit. He's just a big guy. He stands up where he should. Puck goes up in the air. He was reaching up to get the puck. That's a tough call. His elbows are to his side. Pekka's just shorter than him. Don't forget, Pekka's a lot shorter than him. Here's another stuff going on at the far end of the rink. As I said, this is a lot of anger in this building. A lot of it. These 2 teams don't like each other, and obviously, when one team has beat the other team 3 times, the team with the 0 is very upset.
Davies now at the point. A big moment in this game. Quinnipiac scores first. They can really dictate the action the rest of the way. Shot in front, almost redirected by Langlois. So it's Langlois out there right now to begin the power play. Davies keeps it in the left point. Trickles it toward the net. Samuels-Thomas is out there right now. Goodman can't control. And here comes Yale the other way. Stu Wilson. He's dangerous in space, but it's 1-on-4. He'll dump it behind the net. So again, the penalty was on that high hit by O'Gara. There was some head contact, but it didn't appear to be an elbow as Pekka was ducking. He was jumping to get the puck.
And Pekka's a lot shorter than O'Gara anyway, so you can't really punish a guy for hitting a guy that's just shorter than him.
Samuels Thomas, here he is in his office, gets it back to the point nicely to Curry. He'll put it right back to Samuels Thomas. This is where he does his work. Tough to get the puck away from him. Back behind the net to Goodman, number 11. Russell Goodman, back to the point, to Davies, to Kellen Jones on the left point. To Langlois, back to Jones. Kellen Jones, he's the forward who plays the left point on this power play unit. One-timer. Fans on the shot, cleared by Yale, and they'll change 4 fresh skaters. Long pass by Hartzell. Here comes Langlois. But Yale back nicely. He makes the move. Can't get through. Broken up nicely. Here come the Bulldogs looking to clear, and they do.
Good zone time, but no dangerous shots, really. So Yale did exactly what they wanted. Samuel Thomas goes in front of the net to supply the screen, but the puck never got down to the front of the net, so he was wasted standing in front of Malcolm like that.
Here comes Connor Jones. In the slot, looking to make a pass over. He does to Pekka. Pekka makes a move, but it goes off of his stick. Connor Jones will run it down, though. Stu Wilson looking to clear, and he does. What a furious pace to the start of this national championship game.
Well, Hartzell could have kicked that up again to Connor Jones. Connor was waiting at the far blue line, and he wanted that puck bad, but Hartzell didn't kick it up to him.
Power play winding down. Connor Jones on the off wing. He has some room, but after falling down, nice play there by Colin Dewitt.
Great play. Great play by Dewitt.
Andrew Miller breaks it up, goes the other way now. Transition hockey. Here comes Miller. He scored the game winner. But it's wide as Root, the Pittsburgh native, goes sliding into Hartzell. And there's going to be another penalty, this time on Quinnipiac. Interference will be the call on number 6, Corey Hibbler. And Yale's mighty power play has a chance to score.
Agostino wanted that puck so bad from Miller. Agostino was coming off the bench. He was wide open on the far side of the rink. Right here, you're going to see Miller. See Agostino coming down the far side there? He wanted that puck. He was picked up a little bit later. But Miller is so quick. The defense has to try and force him wide. Don't give him the middle of that rink with that speed of his. But again, if you're a little, give him too much room wide, he'll go in and score like he did on the penalty or in the breakaway the other night in overtime. So Miller's a load to handle if I'm a defenseman on that side of the rink, boy.
Best power play of all the Frozen Four teams. 21%, 10th in the nation. It's a good one. One-timer by Miller. No, chipped out in front. Cleared away. So here comes Yale trying to score the first goal of the game, which is always so important in not only the NHL, but also college hockey. Number 22 is Tommy Fallon. Really good offensive player out there with Ryan Obakowski, also very slick. Here comes Root again, the Pittsburgh native. He'll dump it in, and Andrew Miller, the hero, the overtime hero the other night against UMass Lowell, is out there as well. And of course, Kenny Agostino, now the Calgary Flame prospect, was Pittsburgh Penguin property, traded in the Jerome McGinley trade. Here comes Agostino now, down the slot. Rebuts, saved by Hartzell on the Obakowski wrist shot.
Slick entry into the zone right there. A little touch pass right at the blue line from one Yale player to the other, and you get the guy going at full speed. Obakowski comes up, makes a nice pass right there. Here's a quick wrist shot through traffic. Watch Hartzell try and find it. He just finds it at the end. He's great positioning. He's at the top of the crease. If he's back in his net a little bit more, that'll be a much tougher save. So that's a good sign for Quinnipiac fans, seeing Hartzell so sharp with the puck when you saw earlier when he kicked it up, but also with his glove.
New power play unit out there now. Like a knee air, get tripped up, nothing called. Matthew Pekka has room to skate now. He's dangerous. Here he comes on the off wing. He'll wait and then dump it in. There are 4 forwards out there for Yale right now. Number 2, Gus Young, the only defenseman. Matt Killian with the puck now. He looks like he's playing the other point. Offside at the line. We have 4 Hockey East officials in this game. Kevin Shea and Jeff Bunyan are the referees. Bob Bernard and Tommy George are the lineys. And Brendan Sheehy is the replay official. Here's the wall of pucks. When they win a game, they put one up. And as you can see, 3 of these pucks are victories over Yale. 13-3 combined. Rand Pecknold has had the Bulldogs number, but Yale's playing their best hockey of the year. They beat Minnesota and North Dakota back-to-back, and then, of course, the other night beat UMass Lowell, the Hockey East regular season and tournament champions. Miller to Root. Here comes Root, kicks it to his tape, but then knocked away. Miller has some room. Wrist shot blocked beautifully there by Davies. Back to the point he comes. Fallon walks the line, trying to find a lane. Back to Miller. Goes it towards the net. Root was screening in front. Here's Agostino. As Obakowski, the defenseman now. There's 2 D-man now out as the power play is towards the end. So 20 seconds left. Fallon Obakowski, the defenseman, towards the net wide. Fowler will run it down and keep it in. And he'll ring it around. Root behind the net. Nice move, gets away from Davies, throws it in front of the slot, saved by Hartzell. Great chance by Agostino to make it 1-0.
Great play by Yale. They cycled it down low, got everybody up high. Quick pass in front of the net, but Hartzell was there to make the save. So you're starting to see why Hartzell is one of the 3 finalists for the Hobie Baker. He's already made 2 great saves early in this game.
5-on-5 hockey. As both teams survive an early power play. 2 Connecticut schools. 1 national champion on the line. Neither team has won a national championship before. What a start here in Pittsburgh. As Yale and Quinnipiac both survive a power play, and the game remains scoreless.
But I'll tell you, that's a message sender by Yale. Quinnipiac's got to be careful taking penalties. You got to respect the way they move the puck. You got to respect the goal-scoring chances they had. So that'll put Quinnipiac on their heels, forechecking a little bit. They want to be aggressive. They want to finish their checks, but you can't risk giving that team too many power play chances.
Again, Quinnipiac leads Division I in scoring defense, 1.62 goals a game. Still some question. Okay, everything's squared away. Let's have a face-off here.
I think he said, did you get my pizza for in between periods? I wanted pepperoni on that.
John Butchergross and Barry Melrose, the NCAA National Championship game. Quinnipiac and Yale, 2 Connecticut schools separated by fewer than 8 miles. Neither has won a national title in school history. Kind of old school versus new school. Connor Jones pokes it away on the off wing. Tries to make the move, but a real nice defensive play there by Mitch Wittick.
That was a beautiful defensive play to tip the puck, not take a penalty on Connor Jones, one of the slipperiest guys in college hockey. That's a great defensive play.
Kellen Jones, Peck is in front, dangerous save by Malcolm, his first big test of the game. Yeah, Yale showing really good stick work, Barry, by their defensemen to keep Quinnipiac at bay.
Yeah, we've seen 3 great defensive plays with sticks already in this first period.
Matthew Peck, another penalty is going to be called, this time on Colin Dewick. So another power play for Quinnipiac.
Peck's speed does that. Andrew Miller's speed for Yale does the exact same thing.
So early on in this action, Yale perplexed and a couple of penalties called. Keith Elaine's going to have to kill one when we come back.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave in a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
It may not be lunchtime yet, but I'm thinking about it. Just waiting for those hands on the clock to finally come together. Because that's when mine will be coming together to happily hold a grilled Dairy Queen $4.99 double cheeseburger combo with fries and a drink. It's gotta be noon somewhere.
And the DQ Kit Kat Blizzard is back. Now's the time to try one.
We're here demonstrating the savings you can enjoy with Bridgestone's fuel-efficient Ecopia tires. These environmentally conscious tires could save you up to $100 in gas over the course of a year. The more kilometers the car travels, the more fuel savings are transferred to the booth.
He knows that he can't keep the money, right?
Let him have his fun.
I'm raking it in!
At Bridgestone, our passion for performance knows no bounds. See your participating Bridgestone retailers now to save even more on Ecopia tires during our Rethink Green promotion.
For almost 100 years, nations of the world have come together in competition to crown a world champion.
We are underway!
24 times Canada has reached the summit.
Canada, world champions!
As the majestic cities of Stockholm and Helsinki host hockey's best. The 2013 IIHF World Championship begins May 4th, Canada, Denmark at 10 on TSN.
That's Drew LeBlanc up on the Jumbotron. You saw quickly he won the Hobie Baker Award yesterday. John Butchergross, Barry Melrose, the national championship game. Barry, what do you think about this call?
Defenseman get caught flat-footed. Stick your leg out. You have to. You can't let him go by you. We've seen Pekka beat defensemen consistently in the games we've done of Quinnipiac, so it's a very tough, lonely position to be a defenseman standing flat-footed with a slick forward like Pekka comes down on you.
And that was the right call. And Quinnipiac has a power play. Jordan Samuels-Thomas will take the face-off. Out there with Jeremy Langlois, who grew up in Arizona playing hockey. Russell Goodman, number 11, good support. Davies back at the point, so is Dalyuzin, number 2. Here comes Samuels-Thomas, bowls his way to the puck. Here his edges on the ice here in Pittsburgh. Goodman down low. Russell Goodman to Langlois. Back to Davies, one-timer. Langlois didn't get a lot on that easy save by Malcolm. Good stick by Langlois to keep it in. Along the boards, battling there with Gus Young, number 2, Colorado Avalanche draft pick. Davies can't keep it in, and back the other way comes Wilson. He'll chip it deep. 4 fresh skaters for Yale.
I love the aggressiveness of Yale in the corner there. They had 3 guys in there hunting the puck. They're going to make Quinnipiac make a good play in the power play to get a scoring chance. I like that.
Here comes Davies, the defenseman, number 3. Brings it around the net, throws it in front. Shot by Jones. What a save by Malcolm. Connor Jones had a chance to make it 1-0.
And Malcolm got it with the blade of his stick, with the paddle in the stick. You had the paddle down right there. If the puck goes up in the air, I think you got a goal. But on the ice, the paddle stopped it.
Connor and Kellen Jones, identical twins, number 10 and 15, out there with Pekka, number 20. Pekka did not score last game after having the great regional in Providence. But again, just his great dynamic play drew this penalty, and thus the power play for Quinnipiac.
Quinnipiac's not used to playing with people that can skate with them, and Yale can skate with Quinnipiac.
Kellen Jones hit hard there by Ruffalo. Nice body check in the open ice as Curry goes back and get it for Quinnipiac, the defenseman.
I think they're finding out this is a different Yale team than they saw during the regular season, John.
So far it is. Here comes Connor Jones, oh, he has space. Pekka has room. Over to Langlois, no puck in the crease, but it sits there and goes into the corner. No one knows where it is momentarily. And it goes out of play as Carson Cooper knocks it out of play, so the faceoff will remain in the Yale zone. 10 seconds left on the power play.
That's exactly what happened. The puck was sitting there in the crease, and nobody knew where it was, especially the Quinnipiac players. The Yale players had an idea, and they got in there and got it out of there. It was a pass to Connor Jones in the back door there. Langlois tried to give it to him. Connor Jones didn't see it after it was sitting there. Right there, it's just sitting there. The Quinnipiac players are trying to find it right then, but by then the Yale players got it in the corner out of harm's way, so good defensive work.
Face-off won by Quinnipiac, but Andrew Miller picks it up. Working on Davies, the defenseman. Zach Davies, a senior. Again, 11 seniors on this Quinnipiac team. They have lots of experience. They use it. What a hard hit along the board there by Van Brabant.
Oh, they had too many men on the ice. Yale had too many men on the ice. They got away with one.
Back comes the other way. Here comes Agostino with Miller offside at the line. Midway through the first period, Keith Allain survives another power play from Quinnipiac. Fast pace, fast action. More from Pittsburgh coming up.
I'm a mover. Did 2 houses yesterday. Back pain? Unbelievable. I grabbed Rub A535 Extra Strength. I feel the heat fast, right where I need it. No more pain. A535 Extra Strength. Keeps me moving.
Great first gig. Let's go. Party!
Aww.
We are out of here.
Party! Finding you the perfect place every step of the way. Hotels.com.
Citizens, a super $3 breakfast awaits thanks to the Subway Restaurant's Super Morning Squad. Pay just $3 for a coffee and a super scrumptious 6-inch cheese omelet sandwich made the way you say. Subway, eat fresh.
Know the game? Then play the TSN Predictor, presented by Kia Canada. Tap into your inner hockey guru to take your puck predicting skills to the next level. Build the highest point streak of the month, and you'll take home a cool grand. Monthly winners have a 1 in 4 chance of the grand prize, a 2013 Kia Optima SX Turbo. Pick smart, win big. The TSN Predictor. Play now at tsn.ca/predictor. Presented by Kia. The power to surprise.
I play hockey because I love it. I love the game.
For the love of the game.
I just love it. To win for these moments.
It's the best game on the planet.
Play to win, I play to compete.
I love the competitiveness of it.
It really just shows the character and people.
It's just something that develops you as a human being and as a person.
Just the fact that nothing else exists when you step on the ice is truly awesome.
It's a great game. We think it's the greatest game. And
just Tom Connor said, best game you can name. Good old hockey game.
Plenty of great players here in Pittsburgh. John Butchergrass, Barry Melrose. Such an interesting Final Four. Just the second time since '93 there'll be a first-time winner. Minnesota Duluth won their first title back in 2011. Zach Davies chipping it down the wall to Langlois. Here's Clay Hardy. Way offside was Travis St. Dennis on the other end. Hey, don't miss this week's NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC, a rematch of the game that ended Miami's historic streak as LeBron James leads the Heat against Joakim Noah and the Bulls. The NBA Sunday Showcase coverage tips off with Kia NBA Countdown at 12:30 tomorrow on ABC. Both bands are in attendance here in downtown Pittsburgh.
Yale band was all over downtown Pittsburgh yesterday.
Back behind the net, shot in front, pass in front, broken up by Hartzell. You'll see him very good with his stick, breaking up passes, poke checking would-be goal scorers at the top of his crease. He's very good with his stick, as well as his big size and athleticism. He's an NHL free agent. Sure will sign an NHL contract either tomorrow or in the coming days. There's Hartzell there. By Zach Curry, he falls down. Accidentally upends.
Might be a good thing he fell down.
Big Charles Rossetti coming in, 6'4", 215. Nice pass by O'Gara up to Miller. O'Miller to Root. Kick by Harvey into the corner. Here's Agostino. He has room. Gus Young chips it towards the net. Goes off Root. Quinnipiac almost had a chance to break free, but it's kept in there nicely by Yale.
Both these lines can fly, John. The Connor line or the Jones line and the Agostino line. Both of them just fly.
Miller, Agostino, beautiful move, but Hartzell's there. Gets hit hard by Root after he makes the save. Root given a break there as Yale already has been shorthanded twice.
They attack the net so well. They use their speed offensively to create the offensive chances. Then they use their speed defensively to catch you from behind when you're trying to go up the ice. Just a little throw at the net here, Agostino, but again, net presence, Root's right there. If that puck's dropped, he's got a juicy rebound just laying to be put in the back of the net. Both these lines do the exact same things. They attack the net really well. They have courage. They're not perimeter players. They use their speed wisely. They draw a lot of penalties. Just two great college lines.
Carson Cooper of Yale with Matt Killian, Trent Ruffalo on this line. Zach Tolkien, number 27, and Zach Davies, defensive pair here for Quinnipiac. Jordan Samuels-Thomas out there with Ben Arndt and Bryce Van Brabant. Here's Arndt, wrist shot, tough angle, wide. Taken by Davies, though, left point, does not keep it in. It's played by Van Brabant, that should be offside, should come up.
Should be all the way down if they, they're calling it center ice anyway.
Linesman didn't see that touch, but he got help out by the referee, so he called the offside. The arm went up for a delayed offside, and Quinnipiac must clear the zone before they can go back in. But it was touched by Van Brabant on the way out, so the faceoff comes all the way down to the left of Hartzell. So those are the little plays that can make a big difference, Barry, in a one-game playoff like this.
Well, draws always make a difference. You know, if you win the most draws, you're going to have the puck most of the time. That's huge in any kind of hockey. So draws are always very important, especially draws in your own zone.
Quentin Bourbonnais is the center on this line. He's got Obukowski and Fallon behind them, so two skillful defensemen. Orzetti now will take the draw as Bourbonnais is kicked out. Antoine Lagunière, also the other winger on this line. He's also a big-time NHL free agent. Obukowski shot does not get through. Hit Bourbonnais and Dalhusen, who are tied up in the slot. Fallon. Here comes Kellen Jones. Jones, wrist shot, saved by Malcolm, and he sticks it into the corner by himself. Pekka looks to break it up. He does. Here's Kellen Jones. Jones, 2-on-1 there. Taken by Yale. Here comes Orzetti. That's like a knee air. Big number 28. Hartzell will play it to give his defenseman some help. Dalhusen picks it up, and here he comes the other way. Too far all the way down, not icy. Both teams change. O'Gare looks to make a long stretch pass, does not connect, and Hartzell will stop it for Zach Curry behind the net. Curry to Van Brabant with a big hit right in front of the Yale bench. From Alberta, as Barry mentioned, he's 100% prime Alberta beef.
Where's the beef, they used to say.
There he is.
In the Wendy's commercial. There's the beef.
Number 12.
He throws a big hit, 3 or 4 every game I see this kid play.
O'Gara to Young. Interesting pair, 2 big defensemen, both drafted by NHL clubs. Through and throw, O'Gara, Avalanche to Young. And then here's Agostino. He has room. Wrapper on front, saved by Hartzell. Agostino had room, high, short side.
He wanted to go there, too. He saw it when he came around that net.
Hartzell didn't quite protect the short side, but luckily for him, Agostino shot it right into his logo. Van Brabant still out there. Quinnipiac needs a change here.
And Agostino was just in the trade for Iginla, so he's really fired up to be in Pittsburgh here playing.
Samuels Thomas out there. Here's Agostino. Barron, nice pass to Arndt. Arndt has room. Looking for Samuels Thomas. Kicks it, but he can't get it to his tape. And back comes Yale the other way. Chipping and chasing. It's Mitch Wittick, the defenseman. Langlois loses his twig as he makes the play right around the red line. Here's Miller now. Miller throws it across. Off the bench is Cooper. He has in front, he has Killian, but another awkward save there by Hartzell.
Hartzell's going across to play the pass. He's very lucky that it didn't hit that net. If it hits the net, it's a goal. He was off the post.
This puck hit the linesman. Langlois, wrist shot save. St. Denis crashes. Rebound in front. Harvey can't find it. And Yale survives another scrum.
Excellent work. This is how we envisioned this game with 2 great skating clubs, boy. They're attacking each other. Not a lot of penalties, not a lot of bad hits, just good hard-nosed hockey right now. Wow.
5 scoring chances for Quinnipiac, 4 for Yale, and Jeff Malcolm and Eric Hartzell. The story right now, they have kept this game scoreless. Rand Pecknold expected a good pace, and Keith Elaine's team lost 3 times this year, but again, they're playing their best hockey. They have a lot to play for, obviously. And this in-state rivalry takes on a whole new meaning in this national championship game.
Yale's confident now. They won 3 games in a row against 3 of the better teams in the nation. They're fired up.
Davies out there with Tolkinen, Orzetti, Bourbonnais, and Lagunier out there for Yale. Lagunier got a goal the last game.
This is their big line. All 3 guys are big up front for Yale right now. So
they also have the big defensive pair down behind the net. Tolkinen. Back the other way comes Corey Hibbler, number 6. O'Gare hits him hard. Chipped out of play and into the crowd. What a great fast-paced first period we have. We played just over 15 minutes.
Tolkien got nailed right there by the big forward for Yale. He went right down to the dressing room when he got onto the off the ice, man. You could just tell that he was hurting. Certainly looked like his shoulder to me. I've had those shoulder injuries before. You can tell when a guy who gets his shoulder hurt, how he skates, how he was holding it when he's skating, does not look good for the big defenseman.
Usen tries to get it by, but he can't. Anthony Day chips it, and Stu Wilson also chips it in. Kevin Bowie, 50-year senior. Day gets the puck. Again, Yale's a team. You got to be careful. A penalty coming up. I think this one's on Quinnipiac, and it is. So the great power play of Yale will get a chance here late in the first period.
Yeah, Samuel Thomas wanted to throw a big hit, and I think he got caught with a knee.
So it actually looks like it's going to be Mike Dalyusin. Speed and a hard-hitting affair as Yale showing their brawn early in this one.
As a bartender, I know my vodkas. And my choice when I sit on the other side of the bar is Kettle One. Inspired by over 300 years of tradition. Kettle One Vodka, the one to know.
Citizens, a super $3 breakfast awaits thanks to the Subway restaurant's Super Morning Squad. Pay just $3 for a coffee and a super scrumptious 6-inch cheese omelet sandwich made the way you say. Subway, eat fresh.
I wish we could pay off our mortgage faster.
That makes 2 of us.
You came to the right place.
With a new payment schedule and a fixed rate, you'll be mortgage-free faster. It means you'll save money, too.
That's good.
I wish we were in Jamaica.
Hi. Make paying off your mortgage happen. Borrow smarter and be mortgage-free faster with a low-rate mortgage. BMO Bank of Montreal. Making money makes sense.
You smell that?
New furniture smell?
Yeah, but it's more than that. It smells like mine.
Yep, it is. Just sign right here.
Mine? Mine?
You could...
That's mine, too. Thank you. Is this weird?
This is weird.
Aaron's wants you to feel what it's like to own new furniture. You're pre-approved for up to $3,000 worth of merchandise without needing credit. Go to shopaarons.ca/get started.
Nobody could have predicted this.
Heavy price for a dirty sport.
This is going to be the big one.
Opinions.
How do the fans feel about this?
Everyone has them.
I'm astounded. You've got to make sure that it doesn't continue. You cannot reduce players entirely to math.
So why not get an informed one? Farber.
The stupidity of all this.
Simmons.
This was one of the historical moments in this country.
Arthur.
Goblin-like criminal scheming worst.
Join Dave Hodge.
Oh, for a story that lifts us up and inspires us.
For The Reporters. Sundays at 10 a.m. on TSN.
Todd Grisham and Dave Starman here in our Bristol studio. 15 minutes into the first period, no goals yet. Which team should feel better about themselves?
I think they should feel pretty good because Yale's been able to play with pretty good pace. Quinnipiac's also established their game and has played at Yale's pace, but equipment's nice and moist now. Guys feel good about themselves.
All right, we'll get you back out to Pittsburgh. We'll see you at the intermission.
During the TV timeouts, they shovel the snow around the rink, and so Yale has an excellent sheet right now to deal with. Off the faceoff, that had Hartzell beat, but it was wide. Pass in front as Yale continues to be all over Quinnipiac. Fallon, slap shot, muffed it, but it's open in front. Again, another chance for Root, but he can't connect.
Great shift for Yale right from the draw. They won the draw. They got the shots. They hunted down the loose puck. They're doing everything that the coach of Quinnipiac wanted to do before the game in his speech.
Warren Barron will try to reach it. Miller in front. Agostino. Broken up there. Fallon can't reach it. And you see Quinnipiac, a defensive-minded team, by far the best defensive team in the country. Very active. They don't give much time and space. We've seen them block shots as well. So the first period winds down. Yale's potent power play, looking to get that all-important first goal. Knocked down in front, and nice, great composure there by the senior Zach Curry to wait till that puck settled in front of Hartzell, and he cleared it down. Pekka and Harvey out there for Quinnipiac. We welcome those that have been watching LSU and Texas A&M softball. John Butchergrass, Barry Melrose. National championship hockey game between Quinnipiac and Yale. Two Connecticut schools separated by fewer than 8 miles. Young, Killian, Wilson. Killian one-timer blocked by Harvey beautifully, but stayed in. Young will chip it up. Glove there by Federico. And he calmly backhands it out. Here comes Pekka. He has room on the forward. Wrist shot. Saved by Malcolm. Not sure if Pekka recognized that was a forward in front of him.
Malcolm's good with that stick today. That's a couple of them. He's knocked right out of midair to get it out of traffic.
Here comes Day. Tough angle. Wraps around. Young keeps it in. Power play winding down. Delhusen comes out of the box. And he's out now. That's a high stick played by Duick, so the faceoff's going to come down all the way to the Yale end. With 2.5 minutes to go here in the first period. So both teams have killed 2 penalties in this first period as Matthew Pekka came down on a forward, Barry.
Well, right there you see it. He doesn't really look, and he may be a little bit tired. He wanted to get off to the bench real quick. He didn't spend a lot of time, so he just got that shot away real quick. But I'll tell you, he plays so fast. And as a defenseman or a forward, you just got to give him the outside and hope he goes there.
And we've seen him in this tournament go around the forward on the power play in that short-handed situation. That time he chose the wrist shot, and once again Malcolm was there. And he has a great wrist shot. He beat Troy Grosek against Union in the game we had in Providence.
That was Matt Killian back there. Maybe he knows Matt Killian's a pretty good defenseman playing forward that can play that position a little bit. Because they know each other very well. These two teams have played each other 3 times, so not a lot of surprises going on out there.
So this is the 4th meeting between these 2 Connecticut schools. Quinnipiac won the first 3 by a combined 13-3. This first period clearly a stalemate. Great speed, hard hitting action.
Both goalies look great.
Everyone has brought their A game so far. Back the other way comes Quinnipiac. Connor Jones to his twin brother, Kellen. Here comes Kellen. Try to get around Gus Young with a long reach of number 2. Makes a nice play. Puck up in front now. Connor had a chance, but good stick work there by Miller. Davies, open corner, Travis St. Dennis, number 24. Kellen Jones comes over. St. Dennis, nice play. Goes back to the point, but great anticipation by Miller.
You're exactly right. Miller read that pass out there. Great defensive play by Miller.
His shot is wide. It comes all the way to Bowie at the point. Bowie up to Kellen Jones. Back to Bowie. Here comes the senior on the off wing. Stops, curls, looks for help, then dumps it into the corner. Late in the period, doesn't want to turn anything over at your own blue line. Samuels Thomas has been quiet so far in this game, number 19. Arndt looking, waiting, throws it towards the front. Samuels Thomas tried to redirect that, but it goes wide. Great defensive positioning by Yale so far in this first period. Not giving Quinnipiac much time and space as Agostino comes back. Working on Davies. Backhander is wide. Good stick by Davies. Miller picks it up. Tries to center, but right there is Bowie. He'll change now after making the nice defensive play on Miller.
Great chip by Agostino and Miller, defensively and offensively.
Great pass to Arndt. All the way behind his own net. That was Roberts who made that pass. But back the other way comes Orzetti. To Lagunier. Here he comes. NHL free agent. But more good stick work by Zach Curry. Both teams really good with their stick in this first period. Curry up to Harvey. Gets up to Langlois. He can motor. Number 17. Down the off wing. Makes an open front shot. Just trickles wide. Malcolm another save. Back comes Gus Young. Less than 10 seconds left. It appears we'll head to the first intermission. Scoreless. Wow. What a pace. What hard-hitting action. And of course it ends with some pushing and shoving.
Malcolm was as good as Hartzell. That's got to continue. The speed of Yale was every bit as prevalent as the speed of Quinnipiac. And defensively, they were both very, very solid in their own zones, John. A heck of a period by both clubs.
We expected about a 30-shot per team game, and we're right on that pace. 10 for Quinnipiac, 9 for Yale. Both these teams making their first national championship game appearance. And boy, did they play like it here in the first period. Barry, again, both goalies. Let's start with the Hobey Baker finalist, Eric Hartzell.
Well, he's so strong on the ice. He's a big man. He puts that paddle down. Very aggressive. I love the way he was at the top of the crease here, not backing in. Right there, he cheated a little bit, but he got away with it. Great goaltenders do it. The other end, Malcolm was every bit as good. I love this puck movement here. He's side to side. He's a big goaltender also. There's the paddle down we talked about with a great save. And here's that aggressiveness with the paddle knocking it out of the way. He did that 2 or 3 times. So great job by both goaltenders, John.
A great period to watch. What was it like to play, Clay Matvick? You're with the captain.
Yeah, let's find out from Andrew Miller. Andrew, the first 3 times you played Quinnipiac this year, you had trouble establishing pace. How are you doing in that regard tonight?
I think we're doing a good job. I think we took too many penalties. That kind of got us out of the rhythm a little bit, but we're moving well. We figured it out a little bit after a short amount of time, but we're going now.
Yeah, you've got 20 minutes under your belt, maybe settling in. What is the key the rest of the way to pull out a win tonight?
I think it's competing on every puck and winning puck battles on the wall. If we can win puck battles on the wall, I think we'll be all right.
All right, the captain, Andrew Miller, joining us here on the intermission. And we're scoreless after 1 here at the National Championship game. Now, Todd Grisham and the Frozen Four intermission report.
Todd Grisham and Dave Starman here in Connecticut, the Nutmeg State, or for tonight at least, it could be known as the Hockey State. The first time that 2 teams from the same state have played for the Hockey Championship, first time in 35 years. Dave, no goals in the first period. What was the most impressive thing that you saw?
I think right now it's Quinnipiac's defense. Not necessarily just the defensemen, but their commitment to team defense has been really, really good. When you take a look at the size of their defense, that's one key factor in how well they're playing. But another key factor for their defense is how well they're gapping up at the line. Forwards are coming back, helping with backside pressure. Forward defensemen are keeping pucks moving forward. They've been very good at the line. Yale has had no space. Here you see quick transition as Quinnipiac gets everybody back. They can turn the puck around. That helps them get a rush, cause a penalty. Look at everybody back. No space, no time. That line with Root, Agostino, and Miller, that is a line that wants to come in, gain the zone, pull up, and create some plays where they can pop a quick play off coming down the wing and that type of stuff. And I think that there's been a great job by the defense of Quinnipiac to prevent that from happening.
Yale playing in their first ever NCAA hockey championship game, but the foundation for this program has been built over the past decade or so.
It sure was. Tim Taylor was a longtime coach in this program, and he was the one who recruited Keith Elaine as a player to this program. And the imprint that Tim Taylor has had on Yale hockey, it should never, ever be forgotten. And Tim has some challenges right now in terms of his health and is battling through. And I guarantee you, watching his team playing in the Frozen Four and playing in a championship game is really raising his spirits. But it should never be forgotten how much of a factor Tim Taylor was as the head coach, not only at Yale, but in various USA hockey pursuits as well.
And Yale trying to win the national championship the hard way, trying to beat their third consecutive #1 seed. When we return, we'll tell you who the best player in hockey is. The Hobey Baker Award was awarded yesterday. Who's the best of the best? You'll find out momentarily.
The Lochte edge.
Ryan Lochte. You know, I've never been asked that question. What is the Lochte edge? I honestly have no idea. It's...
What would Ryan Lochte do? Series premiere, Sunday at 10, only on E!
I'm doing it. I'm digging it.
I'm bringing it. We're feeling it.
I'm living it up.
I'm lighting it up. Woo! I'm burning it up. And I'm loving it, baby!
Can a simple bracelet actually turn your life around? Yes, we're positive. Q-Ray. Q the positive. Q-Ray bracelets are available at wellness clinics, sporting goods stores, and fine jewelers everywhere.
You smell that?
New furniture smell?
Yeah, but it's more than that. It smells like mine.
Yep, it is. Just sign right here.
Mine? Mine?
You can...
That's mine, too. Thank you. Is this weird?
This is weird.
Aaron's wants you to feel what it's like to own new furniture. You're pre-approved for up to $3,000 worth of merchandise without needing credit. Go to shopaarons.ca/get started.
As a bartender, I know my vodkas. And my choice when I sit on the other side of the bar is Kettle One. Inspired by over 300 years of tradition. Kettle One vodka, the one to know.
Why do more emergency workers everywhere trust Duracell? Duralock Power Preserve locks in power for up to 10 years in storage. Now guaranteed. Duracell with Duralock. Trusted everywhere.
A woman carrying grocery bags enters a sun-filled kitchen.
Is anybody home?
She spies a mouse on the counter. She drops her groceries. A woman carrying grocery bags enters a dimly... Did you see the difference? Not everyone can. That's why we have Describe Video for people who are blind or partially sighted. To learn more, visit AMI.ca or call 1-855-855-1144. Brought to you by the Canadian Association of Broadcasters.
The push for the postseason heats up. Alexander Ovechkin in the Caps. Dion Phaneuf in the Leafs. NHL on TSN. Leafs, Capitals. Tomorrow at 7.
The puck leaves along the boards for Henry. Being watched by Keith. Henry goes behind the net. Stops there. Reverses to Daniel. Salo sneaking in. Passes to Henry.
Gathers in at center. To the right wing side. Cutting across. One man back.
Almost there. You're doing great.
Yes!
Get really into the game. TSN Radio, Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg.
The NCAA championship game is underway through one period. No goals, but plenty of saves, 20 between the two goalies. The best player in college hockey is that man, Drew LeBlanc, who wins the Hobey Baker Award. How good was he?
Really, really good. You might not have some of the sexy goal-scoring numbers as some of the other guys do, but the bottom line with LeBlanc is that, A, he embodies what the Hobey Baker Award is all about and some of the criteria. It's not just all about stats. community, overcoming adversity, and that is something LeBlanc did very well. On top of all of it, he's a tremendous player, and congratulations to him for signing a contract with the Chicago Blackhawks. The thing I love about him is his hockey IQ and his footwork. He can get out of trouble, and he can also slow the game down to the point where he knows what's on him, but he can find what is open, using his peripheral vision to get pucks across the ice and score goals or set up goals. He also has got a great ability to be patient, and because of his good feet and because of his good hockey IQ, when he slows a game down like this, he's able to measure up where he wants to move pucks, where he wants to throw pucks, and that really is the key to me to Drew LeBlanc. He is a special player, and I look forward to him moving along in his pro career.
Drew LeBlanc and his team eliminated by Quinnipiac in the national semifinal. Great team season, and obviously a great individual season for Drew. When we return, two of the biggest names in all of sport involved in two of the biggest sports stories of the year. Updates on both of their twists of fate when we return.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave in a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Gerald!
Hey, Patrick!
Hey, I think you sold me the wrong Jetta.
What?
I'll show you. Did you see that? Did you see that?
I did.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Do you feel that?
Yeah.
See? It's not a hybrid.
Actually, it's a Jetta turbocharged hybrid.
Volkswagen, das Auto.
Confidence. With Goodyear, it's tread that's tested by experts and can be trusted because of it. And everything we learned making their tires inspires what we roll into yours. The family of Assurance tires. Goodyear, more driven.
Still. No.
Steel.
Style. Sure it is.
Steel.
No matter how you say it, Steel makes yard work quick and easy. With blowers starting at $179.95, grass trimmers $149.95, and chainsaws $199.95. Not at Home Depot, not at Canadian Tire. Visit your local Steel dealer for expert advice, on-site service, and Canada's #1 selling brand of outdoor power equipment. Find yours at steel.ca.
Sometimes our kids can feel like they're alone. On May 5th, walk with me and thousands of others and show them they're not. Go to walksokidscantalk.ca for more info.
Know the game? Then play the TSN Predictor, presented by Kia Canada. Tap into your inner hockey guru to take your puck predicting skills to the next level. Build the highest point streak of the month, and you'll take home a cool grand. Monthly winners have a 1 in 4 chance of the grand prize, a 2013 Kia Optima SX Turbo. Pick smart, win big. The TSN Predictor. Play now at tsn.ca/predictor. Presented by Kia. The power to surprise.
Getting ready for the second period. How important is the first goal going to be in this game?
I think it's going to be huge, because when the later a game goes, that first goal becomes ever more important, especially if you're Yale trying to get the jump on Quinnipiac, having lost 3 straight to him. Speaking of first goals, by the way, Matt Bartkowski, a former defenseman at Ohio State University, gets his first NHL goal tonight. So another important first goal.
Let's talk about a guy who's stopping goals right now. Eric Hartzell, his conference player of the year. His father won a national championship in 1979 with Minnesota. He has a chance to do it. So far, so good. He has 9 saves.
A new truck can go the extra mile. But Give the one you got a new set of Firestone tires. And it could go a whole lot farther than that. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
Live life fully charged. Beauty Rest and the Brick introduced the revolutionary Beauty Rest Recharge Sleep System. This luxury plush sleep set with air-cooled memory foam is 55% off. Introductory price, only $9.89. This Beauty Rest Recharge set, your choice of plush or firm, only $9.89. And for a limited time, this new Simmons Beauty Sleep Pocket Cool set is 50% off. Only $5.99. For a great night's sleep, nobody beats the Brick.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave in a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Dude, my parents just left for the weekend. Party, my backyard. Tell everyone, it's gonna be off the hook. Hello?
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You and your Yahoo friends unsupervised around a backyard this stylish and comfortable? This is the new Cabana Patio Collection exclusive to Canadian Tire. I just can't allow it. Feels like cashmere. Really? Don't touch it. For a beautiful backyard, Canadian Tire's got it.
The TSN Predictor, presented by Kia Canada. Build the highest point streak of the month, and you'll take home a cool grand. Monthly winners have a 1 in 4 chance of the grand prize, a 2013 Kia Optima SX Turbo. Play now at tsn.ca/predictor.
Every day, something unpredictable and outstanding happens in sports. SportsCenter takes you beyond the game with all the news and highlights and the most comprehensive insight and analysis in Canada. Day in, day out, SportsCenter delivers the perspective you need. From our ultimate insiders to the most exciting top 10 moments in sports, our team has you covered. SportsCenter on TSN. Your game lives here.
Downtown Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the site of this year's Frozen Four. It's been an electric week, and this fan did indeed drive 7 more miles. Quinnipiac, slightly to the east of Yale University, so coming here to Pittsburgh, they did drive a bit further.
Technically, he's right.
He's right. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose, what a first period it was between these 2 Connecticut schools. Obviously, lots of interest in the small state of Connecticut, a state with a great hockey tradition at every level, from youth hockey right up to course to the NHL at one time. And here they are, Barry, separated by fewer than 8 miles.
And who'd have thought the Nutmeg State would be such an aggressive state? We had tons of hits in that first period. You see how close these 2 schools are. That breeds animosity. You've got one team beating the other team 3 straight games, and it showed in the first period. There were a lot of hits right there. O'Gara, big hit. Ruffalo comes in, great big hit. And again, no penalties on the play. That's very important. Van Rijbaan always throws big hits. And right there at the end, one last great hit by Orzetta. So a lot of teams, both teams being physical, both teams spreading the wealth around hitting-wise. And again, the good fact is not dirty hit. Good physical, hard-nosed hockey being played by both these teams.
The 2 big lines go head-to-head to start the second period. The Root line for Yale, the Jones line for Quinnipiac. Who will get the first chance? Here comes Andrew Miller. Fresh sheet of ice here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, where the Pittsburgh Penguins play their hockey. Gus Jenner, the defenseman, pinching, almost had an opportunity. His slap shot is blocked, yet another block shot. Quinnipiac had 7 in the first period, Barry, and that's number 8 for the game.
Well, Quinnipiac prides themselves on blocking shots. They practice it in practice, believe it or not, earlier in the year. So they want their team to get down and lay out and make sure the puck doesn't get through to the net.
Lagunier lets it go. Obukowski, wrist shot high. Hit his own player. 2 Bulldogs go down. Obukowski gets it back. Another block shot. That's Langlois. Number 17. Here's Bourbonnais, number 15. Lagunier throws it towards the net. Trickles wide. Here comes Kellen Jones with some room. Number 15, Kellen. Backhand pass nice to the defenseman, Zach Curry. But it's ruled offside. The NCAA championships
Coverage continues with women's gymnastics Tuesday, April 30th, 8 Eastern, ESPNU. For more information on the 2013 NCAA Women's Gymnastics Championship, go to NCAA.com, the official online home for all 89 NCAA championships. Face off at center ice. Jordan Samuels-Thomas comes out.
Well, it looks like they don't, both coaches don't mind the big lines playing against each other. The two, the Jones boys are going against the
Jesse Root line.
Jesse Root line for Yale, so that's great for us. We've got 6 of the best forwards in the nation playing against each other.
Rand Pecknow has the last change. He could have changed things up here to start the second period, but he was happy with that confrontation as well. Here's Danny Federico. The Van Brabant down low. Like a knee air out there. Stick goes flying in the air. That's Van Brabant, so he lost his twig in the defensive end. Almost grabbed like a knee airs and almost brought him down, but gets away with both. Federico up. Now the other way. Here comes Samuels-Thomas. Down the left wing. Pulls it, slaps it, hits the side of the net. Gets it right back again to Van Brabant, but he's tied up nicely there by Stu Wilson, the freshman. Van Brabant will try to dump it. Stop it far enough. Never delayed offside.
I think there's a little bit of confusion at the bench there. You had guys sitting on the bench, not on the ice. You had guys on the ice. Everyone was looking around to see if there was too many men on the ice. So I don't think there's a penalty called. It was just offside, as you mentioned, John.
Both bands here today in Pittsburgh. Quinnipiac with the cheerleaders as well. Both schools looking for their first national championship. No icing on this is ruled. Kevin Bowie comes back to Zach Curry. Off the wall to Russell Goodman, number 11. He's a highly touted prospect, and it's a knee injury, and he's one of the types of players that slips to Quinnipiac, and here he is, one of 11 seniors. Back the other way. Broken up nicely there on the back check is Goodman.
That was a heck of a defensive play. He's the only guy back there. That was a 2-on-1.
Tommy Fallon, the defenseman's way up, but there's Goodman again to pick up the mail as Anthony Day made a nice centering pass. Chipped up there by Barron, the defenseman, all the way down, and Quinnipiac can change. They got 5 fresh skaters out there. Long stretch pass by Yale. Obukowski with it. Ruffalo just tipped it in. Back and forth they come, chipped into the Yale bench. Let's take a look at the Capital One Cup standings update as teams compete for a combined $400,000 in scholarship donation from Capital One. They combine all the athletic teams and how they do this year. On the men's side, the Hoosiers on top over Louisville, coming off their men's national championship victory. Of course, the women making the final against UConn, and the women's standings, again, powered by UConn's national championship, led by Gino Auriemma, his 8th. But it's Stanford right now with a small lead over Penn State. Carson Cooper out there with Matt Killey and Trent Ruffalo against the Jones and Pekka line. So again, Rand Pecknow has the last change. He saw that 4th line go out. He counters with his number 1 line. Meanwhile, Keith Elaine Collins looked like get a different defensive pair out there against the Jones and Pekka line. Loose puck in front. Ruffalo dives, but back the other way. Here comes Matthew Pekka with room, working on Gus Young. Toe drag, backhand, save by Malcolm. Kellen Jones looking for brother Connor in front. Pekka didn't get a lot on that shot, couldn't quite lift it, but nonetheless still a good chance using his electric speed. And back comes Yale and Agostino. Nice play at center ice by Connor Jones.
Gus Young will buy Malcolm a coffee after the game to save the fun on that one. But that's what Peckham can do to you when he's coming in full speed, and that's on a defenseman. And that's on a really good defenseman. You see how Pekka can make you look stupid.
Jesse Root, the Pittsburgh native, wrist shot, blocker saved by Hartzell into the netting. The face-off will be to his right. So once again, Barry, Matthew Pekka with those electric legs creating a chance.
And it's a turnover. It's a one-on-one. You see the defenseman back there. He's playing it well. Wants to take the body, but he's just too slippery. Just make him go wide. Give him the shot. Guys like that are so talented, you don't confront him right there between the blue line. Just give him a little bit of room. Hopefully he'll take it. But again, you just see how electric this kid is, how good he is, what a great skater is. And as I said, Gus Young is a very good defenseman that he just toasted right there. So you see how talented he is.
Mitch Wittick, Colin Duick are the defensemen, as Andrew Miller will try to win the faceoff back, and he does to Wittick. Wittick waits till the puck settle, throws it behind to Hartzell. No score here. National championship game. John Butchergoss and Barry Melrose with you from Pittsburgh. Turnover. Andrew Miller waits. Back. One-time Agostino. Block shot beautifully there by
Zach Davies.
Number 3, Zach Davies.
Great play.
Sold out to make the play. Here comes Langlois. Drops it to St. Dennis, but he shot it wide. But good job by Malcolm. Top of his crease, didn't give him much. Here comes Miller the other way. With Root. Miller. Back to the point it comes. Fallon with Obakowski. Fallon. High slot redirection by Miller goes by.
That's a set play, folks. They're looking for a guy coming through there with a stick on the ice. The D just throws it to an area.
It's a long stretch pass broken up by Fallon, the defenseman. Glove by Hartzell after Charles Orzetti had the soft wrist shot. Face off to the left. So once again, Barry, Zach Davies, number 3 from Smithers, British Columbia with the block shot.
A lot of tough guys come from Smithers, British Columbia right there. But he just comes across. He has to. He's out of position. There's a one defenseman who went down. Davies comes across, blocks a shot, keeps it out of the front of the net where they're outnumbered. So excellent defensive play. And as we said, Quinnipiac takes pride in blocking shots. They talk about it. They want their players to do it. They practice it. So this is nothing new. Quinnipiac laying out to block shots.
Bourbonnais on the face-off now. He has Lagunier right behind him. He'll try to win it and get a chance. Can't. Back comes Quinnipiac. Van Brabant with Jordan Samuels-Thomas. Wrist shot! That surprised Malcolm. That was a heavy wrist shot by Van Brabant. A left upper pec save by Malcolm, and it came down into his mitt.
Well, Van Brabant doesn't look like he's moving, folks, but no one's catching him from behind. And this is a big line with him and Samuels-Thomas on there. That's just a quick shot. And again, what I love is the net presence. If he drops his puck anyway, anyhow, you're going to have a big man waiting there for a juicy rebound. So the goalie knows he's got to stop it, but he also knows he has to control it. That makes the save a much harder save to make.
Love that last few. You can see Fallon was actually screening his old goaltender. Van Brabant did a great job, and you can really see that from our ice camera, and that's why he picked it up a bit late.
Van Brabant's a good player, man. He finishes every check. He's a load to handle physically, and he's also got some offensive moves.
Only a sophomore. Whoa, and the wrist shot, he threw it over the cage. Almost had another golden chance there. The sophomore from Alberta. So Malcolm has been very strong in net for Yale. Quinnipiac out shooting Yale 14-10. Jordan Samuels-Thomas, this is where he's very good. Protecting the puck down low. Curry will not pinch. He'll play it safe. The senior picks his spot. Balch comes up, cross-ice dump, and Yale will forecheck. And 4 skaters will change. That gives Barrett a chance to bring it out on his own, and he does. The defenseman number 4. Lauren Barron, the senior. Behind the net it comes. He lost his stick. Gets support there from Arndt, the defenseman down low. Throws it into the corner. He's got to hurry up and get back now because the puck's coming the other way. And Arndt went for the hit. Tripped over Day. Day is dazed. In front, Samuel Thomas. What a blocker save by Malcolm.
Couple guys owe Malcolm coffee after the game.
Wow. The best chance of the game for Quinnipiac. Back to get it is Mike Delusen. Up the boards. Back comes Quinnipiac. Wow. I was watching Day stunned along the side after the hard hit. Suddenly, the puck came right to Jordan Samuels-Thomas, Barry.
I think he had too much time. He had too much time to think right here. He was going forehand, back to his backhand, right to his forehand.
Jeff Malcolm.
Great save.
In the middle of everything. Coming up big.
The moments we share today inspire the stories we tell tomorrow. The luxurious Infiniti JX, a 7-seat luxury crossover that actually seats 7 comfortably, with innovative second-row seating that makes third-row access effortless, even with a child seat installed, so your family can share every moment together. Now, for a limited time, lease the Infiniti JX for only $535 per month. Infiniti, inspired performance.
As an owner, I know what matters.
It's not just what I put into my hotel.
It's the experience my guests get out of it. When you stay with Best Western, you stay with me.
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 Now stay 3 separate times and earn a $50 Best Western gift card.
This isn't just a maple tree. It's a Canadian legend. Its leaf flies on our flag. It stirs our soul. And its character has inspired a smooth new flavor just as legendary. Introducing Crown Royal Maple. Whiskey started, maple finished.
My career's on track, and now I have more time to spend with someone.
Weekends, holidays, I want someone to share it all with.
Hiking, skiing, I'd love to find someone to be active with me.
I want to share memories from someplace we've traveled together.
I have this great life.
And I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
At LifeMates, our members are ready to find a relationship. Our approach involves an irreplaceable human touch. Dating isn't science, it's chemistry. LifeMates, right time, right place, right person.
Hey Canada, Dutch and Natasha here to tell you a little bit about TSN Extra.
It's an amazing sports app exclusive to TSN subscribers on Bell 5 TV.
Get the most up-to-the-minute news, scores, and video links sent directly to your TV.
And with the TSN Extra app, you can personalize the results grid to what interests you the most.
So what are you waiting for? Get more from your TV.
The TSN Extra app, available exclusively to TSN subscribers only on Bell 5 TV.
To beat the #1 team, you need great goaltending. Barry Melrose and Jeff Malcolm is giving that to Yale today.
Boy, has he ever been great. Look at him move right there side to side. Here's the rebound control. Gets it out of there with his stick. Here's the paddle down. That's a great save. He was fooled a little bit. Here's the play on Pekka's breakaway. Comes across with his butterfly. Legs low. And right here, Samuel Thomas thinks he's got him to the far side, but he comes across with that blocker. So he uses his legs. He uses his paddle. He's used his blocker. The only thing we haven't seen is a great glove save yet, but I'm sure that's down the road.
Going up against Eric Hartzell was the ECAC Player of the Year. Of course, the Goalie of the Year. He won 30 games this year in net. Pekka and the Jones brothers out there now. Miller gets out of danger. Federico tries to get it away from Root, and he does.
Quinnipiac's starting to take over this a little bit, John. This is where Yale has to be careful. They need a couple good shifts to push back right here.
Yep. The MLB on ESPN continues with Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell, 8 Eastern tomorrow. Great matchup we have for you this Sunday night. Adam Jones and the Orioles, Robinson Cano and the Yankees. Then on Monday Night Baseball, presented by USAA at 7, Ryan Howard leads the Phillies against Joey Votto and the Reds. You can catch both games live on Watch ESPN. Joey Votto and the Reds are in Pittsburgh this weekend, taking on the Pirates. Took in the ball game last night. The Buckeyes won. It's cold today, Aaron. Probably warmer in here than it is over there.
It's really cold at a ball game today.
Yale and Quinnipiac. Again, John Butchergrass, Barry Melrose, the national championship game. One of these schools will win their first in school history. 2 Connecticut schools fewer than 8 miles apart. Carson Cooper. Trent Uflo goes behind that, open it in front. But Corey Hibbler, again, defensive-minded Quinnipiac. That's the center. Down low, offering support to his D-man and, of course, the goalie. Here comes Kevin Bowie, forechecking hard. Back comes Yale. Out it comes. Carson Cooper runs it down, tries to get it deep. Can't quite, comes back to do it. He throws it back in the zone. Hartzell will leave it there for Barron. Gets it away from Lagunier. Bowie, number 9, will try to get the red line and dump it in. He does, and now Quinnipiac can change. Fallon goes back to get it. Really good skater here, number 22. You see him get away there from Goodman as Goodman changes. Here comes Fallon, the D-man. Gets it, and he's offside. Seen a few offsides in this game, Barry, as the speed of both these teams, and that can happen with 2 great skating teams. You're trying to time it perfectly on the rush.
And Quinnipiac standing up the blue line there. You make any little hesitation or you have to make a move at the blue line to beat a guy, that's when you can create offside. So you got to give Quinnipiac a little bit of credit for standing up there, not backing in. If you just back in, then you can just come through with speed. There's no offside. So when you see a lot of offsides being called, it's usually a case of the defensive team doing a good job of standing up.
Here comes Quinnipiac. Travis St. Dennis with Langlois. Langlois in front! Runs into the goalie and he'll be penalized. Delayed penalty coming up on Quinnipiac. The other end, Hartzell will poke check it, and there's the whistle. So Langlois came down on the late developing 2-on-1 with Travis St. Dennis as he looked to make the one-time redirection goal, barreled into Malcolm.
Malcolm got hit hard, boy, really hard. And as a coach, I don't mind it if I'm Quinnipiac, because the way he's playing, you want to send a message. Just a good quick shot here across. You got sticks right there, you got bodies. Didn't think it was a real dirty play by Quinnipiac there. Could have been a lot worse. Yeah, Langlois could have went in there a lot harder, so. I'm almost thinking, I'm not even sure that's a penalty. It was certainly a lot of contact, but it wasn't like Langlois was looking for contact with the goaltender.
You could hear his edges on the ice. Redirection in front by Agostino. That's the high slot redirection Yale likes on this power play. We saw it from Lagunier the other night, Barry, against UMass Lowell. That time it was Agostino in the high slot looking for that tip along the ice.
I like this power play, boy. They move it so well. They're so fast. They got a lot of guys who can handle the puck. They attack it and chase it right here.
Federico looks to get it out, but he can't get it by Fallon, but then Backhand out of the zone is Davies. He'll go off, and here comes Dalhusen on. Fresh defense to work with Federico. Dalhusen comes up, around him goes Miller. Miller has a chance, throws it all the way back to Gus Young, anticipating the collapsing defense, but couldn't connect tape to tape.
Young got too tight to the guys ahead of him. If Young would have stayed back 5 feet, he'd have been wide open for a monster shot, and Miller knew that. Miller wanted him to stay a little bit farther back. Great play by Miller, right idea. Young, he just got too close to traffic.
Nice play by Harvey, but then shovels it into the crowd. The faceoff will come down to Hartzell.
And this is what we talk about, John. This is a play. This is a set play. He's not shooting for the net. He's shooting for Agostino to tip it. He'll even throw it farther wide the net to make it a tougher save for the goaltender. So that's a really tough play to defend against, because the shot goes wide. Everyone's in the shooting lane to take the shot away, so you miss the shooting lane, and that's why you get the great deflections.
And that shot then hit Root, and then looked like he hit the post. So that was even closer than we thought for all that traffic.
Very tough thing to defend against.
Good face-off man here, Stu Wilson, and he wins it. Back to the point. Killian, the forward on the left point here with Young, the defenseman. Wrist shot towards the net, saved by Hartzell. Rebound in front, loose puck, but it squivers to the corner. But Yale, another chance. Wrist shot along the ice, saved. Scramble in front, and Hartzell covers up. And the mosh pit in the paint. Whoa, high tension from the Quinnipiac side.
Excellent job. Hartzell's getting a little bit of a taste of what Malcolm's seen the last 4 or 5 minutes of this game. Yale's really doing a good job of winning battles, attacking the net. Great play right there. Hartzell's got the paddle down. See how strong he is on his knees. He's making sure he doesn't get pushed back in the net. He's getting lots of help now by his defenseman, knocking bodies down. That's what I like to see. Then Brabant's in there doing what he does well. 1 save, 2 saves with the legs, and then you see him come across with a paddle. So you see how a big goaltender reacts. Well, another strong save. He gets those legs apart in the butterfly, making up a lot of room down low. Excellent job.
Miller to the net. Deflects wide. 2 defensemen out there on the power play now as it winds down with 30 seconds left. Fallon. Here's Miller. Nice pass in front. Backhand, Root hit the post! The Pittsburgh native almost made it 1-0. Miller gets it. Top of the circle. Looking to make a play. He's a good playmaker. A center who's playing wing this year. Obakowski, high slot tip, another save by Hartzell. Agostino again, can't get it. Look at Yale, can they put it in? 10 seconds left on the power play. Pekka tries to find it, he does, and he gets it out finally. Glove by Fallon though. Over to Miller, 5-on-5. Here comes Langlois, he'll help out momentarily. Miller keeps it in. Throws it towards the net, blocked by Davies again. Here comes Quinnipiac now. Some tired skaters for Yale. They've been out there for a while. Here's Pekka. Waiting. 360, backhand in front. Can't get it. Let's see if Quinnipiac now can take advantage of some tired legs. They stayed out there a little longer. Langlois out of the box. He's fresh. And Quinnipiac is changing while they keep the pressure going on. This could be a chance for the Bobcats. They should have been winning races here. Oh, but they allow Agostino to get to the puck and ice it. However, they won't be able to change. Let's see if Keith Elaine decides to use a timeout. Once again, Barry, Jesse Root, the Pittsburgh native, almost made it 1-0.
And again, there's that shot. That's that set play. They're not shooting at the net. They're trying to create a distraction and a deflection by going wide, and it hits a post right there. He had Hartzell beat. Great play. But Yale's doing that high tip so well right now. It's really causing a lot of problems for Quinnipiac.
Higher legs right now for Yale. Let's see if Quinnipiac can counter. Looks like it's going to be another icing if it misses the net, but it hits the net. Quick play by Hartzell. Up to Connor Jones. And hard there along the wall. Support by Kevin Bowie. Bowie's out there with the Twins. Here's Kellen. Wrist shot, but it's blocked beautifully there by Young. Kevin Bowie working hard. The senior, number 9. Wrists it towards the net and gloved, and that allows a whistle and some full changes as Jones and Young trade cross checks while the action keeps getting more furious. 2 Connecticut schools, 1 trophy.
Citizens, a super $3 breakfast awaits thanks to the Subway Restaurant's Super Morning Squad. Pay just $3 for a coffee and a super scrumptious 6-inch cheese omelet sandwich made the way you say. Subway, eat fresh.
Great first gig. Let's go. Hey,
Yep. Party! Aww.
We are out of here.
Party!
Finding you the perfect place every step of the way. Hotels.com.
So you're suffering from back pain?
Actually, it's a pain in my...
That's tax pain. Nothing to do about that.
Got tax pain? We can help. We get you the most back guaranteed. We make taxes painless. Hurry in. Tax deadline is April 30th.
I'm Mike Richards. You may not know this face, but you will. Every morning we talk sports, but this is not your typical sports talk show. The difference between doing this show on radio and TV? Manscaping. I know what you're thinking. Another sports radio talk show on TV. Trust me, this is morning TV you haven't seen before.
Mike Richards in the morning. Weekday mornings at 7 a.m. on TSN2.
Keith Elaine and the Yale Bulldogs. Their power play potent, but they've yet to score. Looks like a too many men on the ice penalty, Barry, is about to be called on Yale. Keith Elaine gets the explanation. Our Hockey East officials, Kevin Shea and Jeff Bunyan, are the referees. And now let's recap the mayhem, Barry, brought to you by Allstate, how these teams got to the championship game.
Overtime, Andrew Miller comes in, scores a beautiful goal right there on Hellebuck. He was unbeatable all night long until that moment. Quinnipiac got here by the hard work. Right there you're going to see Samuel Thomas come around the net. That's that one wraparound. Looks like a carbon copy. He gets an assist on this one. Arndt scores. And right here, Langlois beats his man up the ice, LeBlanc. And he scores a goal. So both these teams have got here different ways, but it doesn't matter. They're both playing great.
Third power play for Quinnipiac. Yale has 12 shots on their 3 power plays, but they've yet to score. 8 shots on the last power play. Let's see how Quinnipiac can do. The first goal so important, especially for a great defensive team like Quinnipiac. Here's Davies, who's got a great defensive game blocking shots. Out there now with a power play with Valusin. Goodman, Samuels Thomas also out there. And Langlois, the Arizona native. He grew up in Canada, it'd probably be Langlois, wouldn't it?
It would be Langlois. Even if he grew up in the States, it should be Langlois.
Jordan Samuels. Thomas throws it in front. Tip one, tip twice. The whistle blows.
Are you fucking serious?
Once again, these two schools, the 4th time they've met this year. 2 ECAC schools meeting up. And once again, Barry, the goaltenders with some real nervous situations around the net.
Good play, Dumlin in the corner, but you see Quinnipiac win the battle for the loose puck. Throws right into the slot again, and there's that great positioning right there by Quinnipiac. They get the inside position on the defenseman of Yale. Malcolm has to be really strong in the post, which he is. He's protecting that post. He's making sure that they're not allowed to push the puck in when they push him in, so he's very aggressive, as was Hartzell just a little bit before. So both goalies really on top of their games.
Pekka out there with the Langlois and the Jones twins. Kellen Jones will play the right point on his power play. Out of one-timer for Langlois, throws it towards the net. Rebound in front, shot, wrist shot, save on the defenseman, Zach Curry by Malcolm. He's there again. What a play by Langlois. In front, Pekka. Jones can't get it. Curry again. Backhander, no. Here comes Lagunier, short-handed. One-on-one with the forward. Kellen Jones goes around him, shot, saved by Hartzell, and another collision as Bourbonnais hits Hartzell, but looks like they're not going to call it on him, Barry.
I love this. I love the way they're going to the net. This is what you have to do against great goaltenders. This is just a sign of respect. You know you're not going to just go down the wall and blast a slapper, so you're going to have to score goals that way, ugly ways. I'm not sure they're not giving Bourbonnais a penalty right here.
They are, you're right. At first, the arm didn't go up, because clearly what happened down this other end to Malcolm, it appeared that Bourbonnais went right into Hartzell unimpeded, and again, the former goaltender Keith Elaine isn't so sure.
Well, what they got to be saying is at the other end of the rink, the Quinnipiac player was pushed in. At this end of the rink, the Yale player went to net on his own. Now there's Lagunier go to the net strong. Watch Bourbonnais come in. And they're saying he made no attempt to stop.
He does appear to turn on his edges a bit right there. And look about this. Maybe it just looked worse.
Call.
It is.
That's a tough call after you let stuff like that happen at the other end.
But it was the same call on Malcolm down here. But the thing was, this makes it 5-on-3 in the national championship.
5-on-3 for over a minute.
Oh, big clear there. Back to get it now will be Pekka. Rand Pecknold, Barry, is going with 5 forwards on this 5-on-3.
Well, this is a turning point in the game one way or another. 5-on-3 always is. One team's pumped, one team's going to be hurting mentally, so this is always a turning point.
Pekka, slap shot saved by Malcolm with Jordan Samuels-Thomas on top of the paint, and with Thomas there, big Rob O'Gara and Gus Young, of course, are out there.
Well, let's look at this penalty one more time. Lagunier goes to the net hard. Here comes Bourbonnais a little bit later. Puck was there. He pushed the goaltender and the puck in. He thinks it's a goal. He doesn't think it's a penalty. He thinks it's a goal right now. And then all of a sudden he finds out it's a penalty. So you can see the emotion switch by the coach right away quick.
Big face-off. Samuels-Thomas gets it to Pekka. Now they're lined up. Pekka to Kellen Jones. Kellen Jones, Langlois. Langlois, Pekka. Kellen Jones can walk in. Wrist shot saved by Malcolm. Right in the gut. 28 seconds left on the 5-on-3, and then they'll have a 5-on-4 power play for 58 seconds.
Samuels-Thomas has to do a better job of getting in front of Malcolm. Malcolm's seeing the shot. The idea isn't to be in front of the net. The idea is to be in front of the goaltender. See, Malcolm sees that shot.
Yeah.
He's got to be to his left 3 feet. Don't just stand there. Stand in front of the goaltender. Take his eyes away.
Pekka, one-timer saved by Malcolm. And the Langlois one-timer. Pekka can't get it. And now Yale can change if they wish to, but they won't. They'll keep the same 3 skaters out there. Wilson, Young, and O'Gara. Back comes Quinnipiac. 10 seconds left in the 5-on-3. What a pass to Langlois. Nice drop pass to Pekka. Back to Langlois, but it's too soft. And that allows Young to get it and ice it.
Great play by Young. Great read by Young.
That'll end the 5-on-3. Day is back. Now it's a 5-on-4. 50 seconds left in the 5-on-4. Yale survives the 5-on-3. But
too many men on the ice. Too many men on the ice.
Too many men on the ice for Quinnipiac.
They had 6 guys for 20 seconds. Wow.
And so that will negate the power play. We'll play 4-on-4 for 47 seconds, and then Yale will have a minute 13 power play.
They had tons of guys on there.
Look at that.
And they had them on there for 15 or 20 seconds. This wasn't like for 2 seconds, just on and off.
That was Mike Del.
Major breakdown, major breakdown.
The defenseman was trying to get back off the ice. We mentioned they had 5 forwards out there on the 5-on-3.
They had 6 forwards on there for that 5-on-3.
Goodman will serve it, number 11. He can come out of there.
Well, you talk about turning points,
threat.
John. There's a turning point.
So we have 4-on-4 hockey here for 47 seconds, and then Yale will go on the power play for a minute 13. Carson Cooper will try to win the draw back to Antoine Lagunier. He doesn't. Quinnipiac wins it, and it comes over to Travis St. Dennis. Backhand toss to Davies, over to Del Hughes, and here comes big number 2. He was the guy out there for a little too long. Delayed offside. O'Gara can't play it until Cooper touches up, which he does. Back to Young. Nice play by Young to Lagunier. Loose puck the other way. Here comes the defenseman, Del Hughes. Can't get around Cooper.
Good play. Didn't panic. Smart play. Throw behind your net.
Lagunier comes in, working on Davies. Spins away. Davies picks it up. He can skate. The defenseman comes up now. He has Langlois trailing if he wants to. He's going to go wide. Try to go in front. He runs over the goalie again. This time, it is called again. So the 3rd time we've had a goalie run. And the 3rd time, it's called. Interference will be the call this time.
Have you heard of Moose season? We got goalie season here today in downtown Pittsburgh.
Obviously, both teams want that first goal. They want to take the puck to the net, but they also have to be careful not to run into the goalie.
John, you can't run into a goaltender 20 seconds after the call was just made at the other end of the rink. You just can't do that. That's going to be called every minute right there. He had no illusions of going by that goaltender. He was going to run into that goaltender no matter what. If the puck got there, great. If the puck didn't get there, great. That's a bad penalty by Quinnipiac right there.
So now it's a 5-on-3 for Yale. Quinnipiac will call a timeout. Rand Pecknold using his timeout in the 2nd period to get the players he wants out there on the 5-on-3. And also to remind them of what kind of fundamentals and tactics they're going to use.
When they didn't score right away in that 5-on-3, they sort of lost their composure. They got the extra man on the ice, and all of a sudden now they take the bad penalty, a discipline penalty. So Quinnipiac sort of become unglued the last 15, 20 seconds of this game.
WNBA Draft, presented by State Farm, is on ESPN2 and ESPNU, featuring Brittany Griner, Elena Della Dawn, and Skylar Diggins. A strong draft this year. First round coverage starts Monday at 8 on ESPN2. Then 9 o'clock rounds 2 and 3 are on ESPNU. Also, you can watch it on Watch ESPN.
See, John, you have to know when you're a player what a referee's looking for out there. You know, if there's been some hacking and whacking, he's looking to call a slashing penalty. If there's been some roughing, he's looking to call a roughing. You've just had goaltenders run into it both ends of the rink. One was called to create a 5-on-3, so you can't put yourself in that situation to let the referee make that call again. And that's what happened right there when they went down and ran Malcolm. It's going to be called no matter what.
Federico and Curry are the defensemen. Matthew Peck is the forward that will be used on the 5-on-3. Of course, it's Root, Agostino, Lagunier. Miller will move to the point, and Fallon goes on the left point. So 4 forwards, 1 D on the 5-on-3 for Yale. They're the best power play in this Frozen Four. But that pass doesn't connect. Can Quinnipiac clear it? Yes, just comes out. But still a minute to go on the 5-on-3 for Yale. Miller, ooh, that looked like it was offside, but it's called onside. It goes to Root. Root back to the point to Miller. Fallon. Agostino. Back to Fallon. To Miller. Across, beautiful play by Curry. Puck is loose though. Miller has the man in front. Another play by Pekka. Shot blocked again by Quinnipiac. Fallon, Miller, broken stick. It's a 5-on-3 with a broken stick. Curry gloves it. Nothing called. Now that's going to be a hand pass.
That's a good call by the referee. Yale wants that puck to go backdoor to Agostino, and they're forcing it. 3 times they forced it backdoor. Yale, Quinnipiac taking that play away. They want Agostino backdoor 18. It's not there. Tried it once, tried it twice.
It's on a broken stick by Curry.
You got to shoot that puck a couple times before that pass is there.
Hand passes are not permitted in college hockey anywhere on the ice. Unlike the NHL where you can do in your defensive end. Face-off comes down. Look at the block shots in this game by Quinnipiac. Shots on goal favor Quinnipiac by 3, but that shows you how much Yale has certainly carried the play when they have had the power play. Their power play is really producing a bulk of their shots in this game.
They got to establish their shot, then the backdoor play will work, not vice versa.
They win the face-off. That's huge. They have time for this 5-on-3 to create something. Lagunier comes way up to Miller now. A little disorganized for a second. Now they're back on their plan. Miller in front. Pekka falls down. Can he reach the puck and clear it? Yes. But another great stick play by Fallon. Goodman's about to come out of the box.
Yale's better 5-on-4 than they are 5-on-3.
Curry, the senior. What a nice play to Pekka. Goodman's about to come out. Yale better be careful. He could have a 2-on-1 here. Pekka notices that and goes right to Goodman. Goodman off wing, wrist shot. Saved by Malcolm. Goodman follows up. He has it. Loses sight of it. He'll go to the bench now and change. Pekka changes as well. So 2 fresh penalty killers for Quinnipiac, as now there's 30 seconds left in this power play. Barron comes over. Langlois, what a beautiful chip Pastel using. He's going to go off the glass and out. So Quinnipiac does a good job. They killed the 5-on-3, and they're only 15 seconds away from killing the 5-on-4.
Killed it off easily. I'm not even sure Yale had a good scoring chance on that 5-on-3. Great job of killing it off.
Too far. That should be icing. It's not called. Looks like Yale won the race there. On the icing and cleared by Quinnipiac. Out of the box comes Davies. The story of this game has been penalty killing thus far. Neither team able to capitalize on numerous power play chances. Both teams had a 5-on-3. Here comes Anthony Day. Sophomore out of Buffalo, New York. Western New York, of course, producing many great hockey players. Arndt, Tolkinen, Federico. 5-on-5 hockey here. Daniels Thomas battling with Day. Balch comes over. Here's Arndt. And now Quinnipiac is set up and Yale falls back. Going to force him to dump it in and go chase it. Daniels Thomas tries to do that. Can't get there in time, and Yale clears. Back to the way comes Cooper. Cooper working on Federico. Arndt picks it up, though, slaps it out. Daniels Thomas also battles there. So back and forth they go.
Trouble is, John, when you've had so many power plays, a lot of guys haven't seen much ice time for a number of minutes, like a Samuels Thomas who doesn't kill penalties.
Whistle at center ice. Hard hitting. Goaltenders getting run. Power plays.
Anger.
5-on-3s. This national title game in Pittsburgh has it all.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave, and a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
I wish we could pay off our mortgage faster.
That makes 2 of us.
You came to the right place. With a new payment schedule and a fixed rate, you'll be mortgage-free faster. It means you'll save money, too.
That's good.
I wish we were in Jamaica.
Hi. Make paying off your mortgage happen. Borrow smarter and be mortgage-free faster with a low-rate mortgage. BMO Bank of Montreal. Making money makes sense.
Our forged speed frame face cup and internal standing wave make the new X-Hot fairway woods from Callaway longer from everywhere.
This unique collection can only be found in one place, CanadaOnScreen.ca, a showcase for great Canadian productions. Discover what we have to offer on screen, CanadaOnScreen.ca.
For almost 100 years, nations of the world have come together in competition to crown a world champion.
We are underway.
24 times Canada has reached the summit.
Canada, world champions!
As the majestic cities of Stockholm and Helsinki host hockey's best. The 2013 IIHF World Championship begins May 4th, Canada, Denmark at 10 on TSN.
Todd Grisham, Dave Starman with you. Are you surprised by the physicality, especially towards the goaltenders in this period?
Not at all. This is for all the marbles. There's no tomorrow, so guys are going to go hard to the net. They got to be careful. If they keep going this way, they're going to take penalties. Twin periods. We'll show you why the refs are right.
All right, let's get you back out to Pittsburgh, John and Barry.
Thank you, Todd. The Jones twins and Matthew Pekka out there. Second period winding down. 2 Connecticut schools trying to win their school's first national championship. Quinnipiac, Yale, face-off. Comes to Lagunier. Dalhusen loses control, and Lagunier with some strong forechecking. Connor Jones. Pekka. Hard wrist shot, almost got by Malcolm, but he makes the save.
He's sharp, Johnny. He's moving well, man. Gloved hand. He's out aggressive. Super job.
Kellen Jones goes in the corner. Battling there. And taken by Clinton Bourbonnais, freshman out of Dexter, Michigan. Dalhusen and Lagunier. Here comes with number 3-on-2 for Quinnipiac. Kellen Jones over to twin brother Connor. One-timer Dalhusen, but a good stick play in front again by Gus Young to block the shot with his stick. Settle and clear. Here comes Miller. Agostino between his own legs. Saved by Hartzell. The puck squirts to the corner. What a nifty play by Agostino. Root throws it in front. Comes back to Fallon. Defenseman. Slap shot. Loose in front. Rebound by Root. Kicked out by Hartzell.
No way Hartzell saw that shot. He was just where he should be. A big body. Puck hit him and went to corner. Great job, goaltender.
That's why NHL scouts like that free agent. Fallon. Obakowski, 14. Nice pass to Root. Root's been very active. The Pittsburgh native, Mount Lebanon, where he won a championship there. The only Pittsburgh native in this game, and he's been very good with multiple scoring chances. Pass in front after a great job by Harvey, but no one was there, and back comes Yale. Barron steps up, softly dumps it in. No icing is called there. Harvey has St. Denis coming down the slot, but can't win the battle in time. St. Denis then comes in, throws it back towards Harvey. Around the net, Langlois. He goes around the other side. Toe drags in front, tries to wrap around. Malcolm is there on the short side. Barron pinches, and he has it. Now try to get it on his backhand and throw it back in the corner. Can't. And I think a hand pass might be called here. Whistle blown. Let's see what we have. It's going to be to the right of Malcolm. Quinnipiac is outshot Yale 25-22. How about this nifty move by Agostino?
Well, he's a very talented player right there. You see why Calgary wanted him, and he get in the deal. Almost snuck it through. Malcolm paid to stop the puck, folks, not shoot it. You see why right there. Got a little lazy. Didn't realize there was man coming behind him. Very lucky that the front of the net was protected by his player and not somebody for Quinnipiac.
It's the longest a national championship game, Barry, has remained scoreless since 1968. Denver and North Dakota, that's the last time we've gone this long with a scoreless game in the national title game.
Glad I was here to see it. Now again, minute 32, face-off in the Yale end. You got to win this draw. You can't lose this clean and give Quinnipiac a chance for one more goal-scoring chance. So both these teams are going to be really hungry after this puck.
The NCAA championship coverage continues with women's gymnastics Tuesday, April 30th at 8 Eastern on ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Hibbler and Wilson on the draw. One there by Wilson. He's been very good on the draw here in Pittsburgh. But it's Goodman who controls.
He's been great tonight, Goodman.
He's been very active. Hibbler behind the net. Out there with Bowie. But back comes Yale. O'Gara, the defenseman, comes up number 4. Has Wilson and Day. O'Gara shot, flutters over the net. Bowie battles, and Federico comes out with it to Davies. Looking up. Davies. Nice pass up to Hibbler. Hibbler throws it. You see where the speed of Quinnipiac defense has to respect them, Barry, and they actually have space to make those kinds of plays.
And again, they know this team, so they know who can fly, who can't fly. So those are the guys you give a little bit more respect to.
No icing call there.
Referees letting these guys play, man. I like the way the referees have called this game.
4 Hockey East officials in this game. Samuels Thomas goes up to Van Brabant, knocks right into Young. Here comes Samuels Thomas, barreling to the net. But nice play there by Obakowski to break up the play. He'll clear. This will be icing.
I would not want to play against this line with those two guys on there.
Van Brabant, number 12. Samuels Thomas, number 19.
I think that's how much they weigh. 12 stone, 19 stone.
6'4" is
both talented.
Samuels
both
Thomas.
Can make a play offensively. Excellent job.
Here's Van Brabant, but he'll come out now for a change. They're going to go with Langlois now as they sense an opportunity. A little more skill with Langlois, trying to win the draw to Samuels Thomas. This is his spot that he practices at the end of every warm-up. Let's see if Langlois can do it. So some coaching here by Rand Pecknold. They almost get it to him as he chops him down, throws it in front. Almost could have been tripping there, and he almost got it in front. But here comes Agostino with Miller. That looked offside, and it was at the line. Face-off out of the zone with 21.6 seconds left in the second period. Again, the longest a championship game has gone scoreless since 1968.
Well, there's 0-0 games where nobody has a scoring chance. There's 0-0 games like this one where it could be 7-7 right now. So we're the beneficiary of a very interesting, exciting hockey game because there are tons of scoring chances. Both goaltenders are playing superb.
Keith Elaine was a goaltender, and he knew coming in how important that Jeff Malcolm was, and he's coming through so far. For sure. 48 shots on goal total in this game, 26 by Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac has had tons of blocked shots as well, especially on the power play for Yale. Has been very good, but just can't seem to poke it in. They have hit a post, at least one post. Hartzell is so strong on the ice with his paddle, with his blocker, and they haven't been able to get one of those hard, grinding type of sandpaper goals.
I love this play here. The puck goes back to Young, and everyone backs off thinking he's going to wrap it around the net, and he hits the winger cutting across the blue line. That's an excellent play. It was offside right there, but that is a great play. You see the Penguins do plays off the draw a lot in the NHL. Yale does a lot of them in college hockey where they use the draw as an offensive starting point of a lot of good plays.
So 15.5 seconds left. Not much time left for either team to try to get a scoring chance. Hold on a second. They want to check something.
I think you want to set the clock, make sure the time is right.
Yale is dominating the faceoff circle, 18-8 this period. Let's see if Bourbonnais can win another one. Clinton Bourbonnais out of Dexter, Michigan, and he does.
Clean, man.
Back to Young. To Rob O'Gara. Boston Bruins draft pick. Here comes Young pinching. There's still time. Tip and stretch. Goal! On the redirection with 3.5 seconds left, and the Yale Bulldogs lead 1-0.
Oh, what happened here, John, Quinnipiac thought the play was over. They didn't think Yale was going to attack. They thought the period was going to end. They were going to go in and regroup. It was going to be 0-0. But Yale dumped it in, and Yale attacked the Quinnipiac players. Watch right here. They think the play's over. Hartzell thinks it's over. Players on the wall think it's over. The defenseman comes in, Young, and makes a great pinch and a nice tip-in goal. They never quit on the play. They knew they had enough time to get one more shot, so Quinnipiac fell asleep the last 5 seconds of this period.
So it's Hartzell is the one who threw it right to the point. He had Curry coming. I think Curry wanted him to keep the puck there, and Curry would have ran out the clock, made the right play, but instead Hartzell just screwed up the boards, but he threw it right to the left point.
But there should have been a winger on the wall. If this is a normal period, there'd be a winger on the wall for Hartzell, but the winger was lazy too. He thought Hartzell would just hold it, or the defenseman would get it and just carry it and kill off the extra 3 seconds. So you see, they had complete control of it. There's the puck dumped in. Hartzell's got it now. There should be a yellow sweater on the wall right there, but Young doesn't see it, so Young pinches in. Smart play by him, and then the other 2 Yale players go to the front of the net. I love the fact that they don't quit on it. Lots of time, 4 seconds left in this period. Keith O'Lane said, just how I drew it up, just how I drew it up.
Great shot right there here in Pittsburgh. The arms of Bulldog Nation rising up as that surprise, unexpected goal goes. And so Quinnipiac, after 40 minutes, down 1-0. Matthew Pekka and company will have to come back, Clay Matvick.
Matthew, what happened in those final seconds of the period?
Hey, they just got a puck deep, and it bounced over one of our D sticks, and it was a good bounce for them. They shot it on net. The good things happen when you shoot it.
This is the 4th time you've played Yale this year. What's different in this 4th meeting, in this important meeting?
I think it's just different because it's the gravity of the situation. We're both coming out to play. We're both hungry. We're both playing with a chip on our shoulder, and they've won a couple games, but they're not the same Yale team, as you can tell. So it's been a battle so far.
Matthew, thank you. Late goal in the period for Yale, and the Bulldogs have a 1-0 lead. Now to Todd Grisham and the Frozen Four. Intermission report.
Wow, things have certainly changed. Alongside Dave Starman, my name is Todd Grisham. A game this magnitude, usually it's a star player who steps up and makes a star play, or it's that one big mistake that cost a team. It looked like a defensive lapse, didn't it?
It really did, too. And Yale and Quinnipiac at various times in this period each had some control. And right now, Yale has really seized it. This is just an over-push by Hartzell up the wall, and then it's just a slow reaction by the defenseman down low. 3 in goal, and Yale was just there faster. In a situation like this, that defenseman down low has got to stick his man. You can't assume that that play is just going to end or the buzzer's going to sound or you're going to get possession. It is vital that you play possession of the puck. And unfortunately for Quinnipiac, nobody played possession of the puck. They were thinking period's going to end, and it burnt them.
All right, how does Rand Pecknold get his team to get past that one momentary lapse and look forward to the 3rd period and get back in this game?
The one beautiful thing about teams, veteran teams, is they have bartenders' memories. They don't remember anything that just happened to them. So Rand's going to walk in there and he's going to say, hey, guys, 1 shot ties this game. Let's not worry about it. But I will tell you this, from having been in that situation in playoff games, you give up a goal in the last 5 seconds of a tie game, it's a big kick in the shorts. It's going to be tough for Quinnipiac in the first 5 minutes of period number 3 to regain their composure, I think.
Well, I know what both goalies are doing right now. They're downing the Advil. They took a beating in that 2nd period.
Yeah, they did. But you know what? When you get to games like this, they are tough, they are physical, and you've got to go to the net. You've got to go to the net hard to try to create rebounds and try to create things that happen. The call, though, when it comes to goaltending, right here on this play, Yale thought they had a goal because the puck and the goalie went over the goal line. It's not a goal. If the puck is on the goalie and you push the goalie across the line, it is no goal. That's clear, so that's a good call. That penalty I thought was a good call, too. You've got to make every possible opportunity to not crash into the goaltender. You've got to get out of his way, and that was a situation where Quinnipiac didn't. It is a rule. It's Rule 73-1, and thanks to my buddies in the CCHA for pointing it out to me. A player of the attacking team may stand on the goal crease line or in the goal crease or skate through the goal crease unless, in the official's opinion, you bang into the goalie, and that's kind of what we were just explaining right there. You've got to make sure if you go to the net hard that you make every possible opportunity to get out of the way, pull it on the brakes, and not hit the goalie. I think the referees have done a nice job here.
You were a goalie in college. Did you like that sort of physicality? Did you appreciate it?
I loved it. To me, as a goalie, the best part about playing the crease is it really keeps you involved in the game. Last thing you want to do is go to sleep. The one thing you do want to do is keep your edge up, keep your intensity up. Both of these kids are pretty intense, and I think it helps them out a lot.
One man that was certainly intense all season long won the top award in hockey. We'll tell you all about the Hobey Baker Award winner next.
Sunday on TSN, the kings of F1 are racing through the desert heat. Who will be crowned king of the Bahrain Grand Prix? And later, the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series revs up with the STP 400, live from the Kansas Motor Speedway. Breakfast with F1, lunch with NASCAR. Your day of racing begins with the Bahrain Grand Prix, Sunday at 7:55 a.m. on TSN.
When you have sensitive skin, anything that touches your face can feel like this. Don't let it get to you. Try Mach 3 Sensitive. With 3 high-definition blades, a closer shave, and a single stroke. For less irritation, even on sensitive skin. Get closer to the one you love. Gillette Mach 3 Sensitive. Gillette, the best a man can get.
KFC presents Eat Out Loud. Introducing KFC's new Big Crunch Tower. We've taken our Big Crunch sandwich to a new level by adding a crispy potato. It's the sandwich like you've never heard it before. KFC, so good.
When you were a child, your world was a block. When you were a teenager, the world held you back. Now, the world is your oyster. So get out there and crack it wide open. Jeep Wrangler.
This isn't just a maple tree. It's a Canadian legend. Its leaf flies on our flag. It stirs our soul. And its character has inspired a smooth new flavor just as legendary. Introducing Crown Royal Maple. Whiskey started, maple finished.
Confidence. With Goodyear, it's tested by experts and can be trusted because of it. And everything we learned making their tires inspires what we roll into yours. The family of Assurance tires. Goodyear, more driven.
The push for the postseason heats up. Alexander Ovechkin and the Caps. Dion Phaneuf and the Leafs. NHL on TSN. Leafs, Capitals, tomorrow at 7.
The puck leaves along the boards for Henrik. Being watched by Keith. Henrik goes behind the net. Stops there. Reverses to Daniel. Shallow sneaking in. Pass comes to Henrik.
Gathers in at center. To the right wing side. Cutting across and then back.
Almost there. You're doing great. Yes!
Get really into the game. TSN Radio, Montreal, Toronto, Winnipeg.
We have a goal, and it happened with less than 5 seconds to go in the second period. Clinton Bourbonnais with what right now would be the game winner. Yale up 1-0. The Hobey Baker Award was handed out to the nation's best collegiate player yesterday, and it's Drew LeBlanc of St. Cloud State.
Just a wonderful player. Overcame adversity, did all the little things that a player needs to do to win the Hobey Baker Award. He's an unbelievable playmaker. That's the thing I love about Drew LeBlanc the best, and congratulations to him for signing a contract with the Chicago Blackhawks.
A lot of great young talent all throughout the country, especially on the Yale team you're watching tonight. Who are some players to watch for next year's Hobey Baker Award?
Well, let's hope some of them stay in school and continue on with their hockey career. Sometimes you just never know who's going to stick around and who's not. I really like Matt Leitner from Minnesota State, a real good player, real tenacious. He is all in. Kevin Gumas at the University of New Hampshire had a really good season and has established himself as a big-time marquee player. And Austin Zarnik from the Miami Redhawks, He is electric. He's got the best stick radar in the country. What I mean by that is he can put the puck just about anywhere and find a stick with his eyes closed. Love the way he can play the game, and I just think these three kids will be really exciting.
Quinnipiac has a lot of older players, 12 seniors on their team. They're going to try and get back in this game in the third period. They trail.
KFC presents Eat Out Loud. Introducing KFC's new Big Crunch Tower. We've taken our Big Crunch sandwich to a new level by adding a crispy potato. It's the sandwich like you've never heard it before. KFC, so good.
As a bartender, I know my vodkas. Choice when I sit on the other side of the bar is Kettle One. Inspired by over 300 years of tradition. Kettle One vodka, the one to know.
One sunrise. More beauty. One bomb. More envy. One recovery. More celebration. One bunker. More bunkers. One putt. More birdies. 20 years later, look at us again for the first time. Club Link. One membership, more golf.
Gerald!
Hey, Patrick!
Hey, I think you sold me the wrong Jetta.
What?
I'll show you. Did you see that? Did you see that?
I did.
Did you hear that? Yeah. Do you feel that? Yeah. See? It's not a hybrid.
Actually, it's a Jetta turbocharged hybrid. Volkswagen, das Auto.
If everyone agrees fresh tastes better, why are you still eating dry pasta? Olivieri's delicious fresh-filled pastas are ready in just minutes. With Olivieri's variety of cheese, meat, and veggie fillings, pasta night will never be the same. Olivieri pasta and sauces. Fresh tastes better.
And go.
Wait, fellas. That's how you drive.
At Bridgestone, our passion for performance knows no bounds.
Nobody could have predicted this.
Heavy price for a dirty sport.
This is going to be the big one.
Opinions.
How do the fans feel about this?
Everyone has them.
I'm astounded.
You got to make sure that it doesn't continue. You cannot reduce players entirely to math.
So why not get an informed one? Farber.
Stupidity of all this.
Simmons.
This was one of the historical moments in this country.
Arthur.
Goblin-like criminal scheming worst.
Join Dave Hodge.
Oh, for a story that lifts us up and inspires us.
For The Reporters. Sundays at 10 a.m. on TSN.
All right, here we go. Yale, 20 minutes away from their first ever hockey national championship. How big can Jeff Malcolm, their goalie, be? He already has 26 saves.
Journey through life. Make sure your biography has at least one extraordinary chapter. Newfoundland and Labrador.
Head & Shoulders and Old Spice are now together in one bottle.
So we're fighting flakes.
While smelling handsome.
And with a double dose of confidence like that.
Good happens.
Head & Shoulders with Old Spice.
Head and Shoulders and Old Spice are now together in one bottle, so you can fight flakes while smelling handsome. Is this the way you guys always record sound?
Yes, it is.
Head and Shoulders with Old Spice.
We combine full adjustability with incredibly low CG and the fastest face we've ever made. The result is the longest we've ever seen, only from Callaway.
This unique collection can only be found in one place, CanadaOnScreen.ca, a showcase for great Canadian productions. Discover what we have to offer on screen, CanadaOnScreen.ca.
One of the most important things is for us to sort of move through the layers to try to find the elements of any one story that mean the most to Canadians. That's what people want, and that's what we're good at. We're storytellers.
I'm Mike Richards. You may not know this face, but you will. Every morning we talk sports, but this is not your typical sports talk show. The difference between doing this show on radio and TV? Manscaping. I know what you're thinking. Another sports radio talk show on TV. Trust me, this is morning TV you haven't seen before.
Mike Richards in the morning. Weekday mornings at 7 a.m. on TSN2.
Inside, the Bulldog Nation, ecstatic. Their late second period goal by Clinton Bourbonnais has them with a 1-0 lead after 40 minutes, Barry Melrose.
They did a lot of good things in the second period. They played 5-on-5 very well. They killed penalties very well. You're going to see the puck moving side to side. Malcolm is unbelievable. You see Samuels Thomas has to do a better job of getting in front of him right there, because if Malcolm sees the puck, he's going to stop it. Gus Young, who's had just an unbelievable period and tournament for Yale, makes a great play defensively. Right here, Bourbonnais comes in, puts pressure on the goaltender. Young again keeps it in, good pinch. Bourbonnais goes to the front of the net. Nice little tip in right there. Beats the goaltender with about 4 seconds left in the game. So excellent read by Young, Bourbonnais. Great thinking on their part. We got a 1-0 game going into the third period.
And now for tonight's game track, brought to you by Buick and Barry. They're led by the birthday boy. Jeff Malcolm turns 24 years old today. It's his birthday.
Well, he's playing great for his birthday. I can tell you nothing would be better than a big win for his birthday. The Yale teammates want to make this guy feel really good. He's already bailed 2 or 3 teammates out. I think he's seen 3 breakaways already in this game. So he's certainly done everything he can for Yale. Now they got to continue to play as good as he has in the third period.
Yale has not lost the game this year when leading after 2, 13-0-1. We could be 20 minutes away from crowning a national champion. This has been one of, if not the best, college hockey game of the year, and it's the last college hockey game of the year. Speed, tenacity, competitiveness, great stick play from both teams, a high level of play. Clay Matvick, what do you think? Both coaches for this most important 20 minutes.
Well, talk to Keith Elaine, the head coach of Yale, and he told his guys, settle down, play like it's 0-0, keep the pressure up. Talked to Rand for Quinnipiac, and he said we need to play with composure. We're not winning the face-offs. We're one of the best face-off teams in the country. We're not winning those battles right now. That was his biggest stress point.
Kellen Jones with a shot, another save. Malcolm, yes, Yale owned the face-off circle in that second period, helped them control the play a bit. As remember, back on February 22nd, Quinnipiac trailed Yale 2-0, won that game 6-2. This is an explosive team. Remember, Barry, we were in Providence. They trailed Canisius 3-1 with 11 minutes left in the game.
You're exactly right, but this is a different Yale team. This team is much different mentally and physically than the team that Quinnipiac played against during the regular season.
2 ECAC schools showing how much speed and skill they have. Quinnipiac down 1-0. Canley's senior leadership.
Already we're seeing Quinnipiac defensemen pinch a little bit more, so that might be part of the game plan. Put a little bit more pressure on Yale in their own zone.
Yale won 20 of 28 faceoffs in the second period, and a 1-0 game in the third period, Barry. All these defensive zone faceoffs become so important.
Yeah, you can't continue to lose that many faceoffs in a game like this. Possession is so important. Quinnipiac's such a better team when they have the puck rather than chasing it. So that has to continue. It's going to be a long third period for Quinnipiac.
Stu Wilson, number 6 there, was really good the other night against UMass Lowell. Let's see if he can get this one against Ben Arndt. He's a freshman, but man, he got some sick mitts.
He does not win that one. Instead, Quinnipiac does. Down low it comes. Malcolm stops there on Van Brabant. Nice save with the paddle. Van Brabant turns and shoots side of the net. Samuels Thomas. Arndt. Samuels Thomas gets pushed off. Still controls. Van Brabant with support. Throws it blocked. Slap shot high over the cage by Curry. Barron, the defenseman, pinches in. Mitch Wittick looks to connect, but he doesn't, and that will be icing. He was looking for Stu Wilson to make that Josh Balch. Yale cannot change on the icing. Quinnipiac can. So Keith Elaine and his team, as I mentioned, hasn't lost a game this year. Barry, when leading after 2, that says a lot about, of course, how intelligent and how they can play a defensive game. But, of course, the goaltender has to be good.
Well, he's been good, and great start to the third period by Quinnipiac. Exactly what the coach wanted.
Kellen Jones back to the point to Barron. Curry wants it, and he gets it. Wrists it towards the net. Nice skate play there by Wilson. Throw it towards the front. Trying to get Malcolm by surprise is Kellen Jones, but he was ready. Hartzell, long pass up, connects with Pekka. Pekka has the Jones twins behind him. Throws it. A nice defensive play is made there. Jesse Root. Miller almost got a pass from Agostino. Agostino goes behind that, goes to Root. 360 backhander, saved by Hartzell. And back comes Kellen Jones. End-to-end action. Jones tries to split the D. He's thrown down by Young. Davies picks up the nail, though. Davies, corner. Jones tried to center, but Cooper's there with a nice play to break it up. Cooper then takes down Jones, but nothing called. Back the other way. Cooper gets it back, 2-on-1. Comes in on Hartzell. What a play. Tolkien in with his stick. Number 27, the defenseman for Quinnipiac. Back comes Langlois, trying to beat Bourbonnais. Falls down, nothing called. Pekka chips it deep, but Langlois will have to touch. He does, and forechecking continues.
Defensive plays at both ends. Great defensive play. Tolkien probably saved a 2-on-1 scoring chance right there with that huge reach he has. So we're seeing some great plays from both teams.
Buffalo throws it in. Hartzell leaves it this time for the defenseman. Harvey. Langlois has Dalhousen, the defenseman, activating. He's onside. Wrist shot hard. Just goes wide. Bourbonnais, the goal scorer, with the puck.
I love that play. He comes back, settles things down, doesn't panic. That's a smart play.
First national championship game appearance for both schools. Hard hit there, center ice by Goodman. That's icing once again by Yale. Great chance here, Barry, for Yale.
Well, there was a 2-on-1 created, but you see that reach come over by Tolkien, as you mentioned right there. It looked like it was going to be a great play. He wanted to go back door to Miller coming late, but again, the great defensive play, the great reach by Tolkien negated that play, that 2-on-1. Excellent job.
6'3", 215 out of Minnesota, the junior.
Good skater. Skates very well for a kid that big.
Arndt, the faceoff. Again, he'll try to win it back to Samuels Thomas, number 19, for a hard shot on net, or they can throw it back to Curry, the defenseman. Barron's on the wall with the other defenseman. Bourbonnais tossed out. Here comes Charles Orzetti, the freshman out of New Jersey. Oh, it comes to Samuels Thomas, but he fans on it. Gets it back. Turns. Looking. Throws it high over the cage. Van Brabant will go puck hunting. That's one of the catchphrases that Rand Pecknold uses. We had the cameras in the locker room before the game, in the dressing room. He says we puck hunt, take away time and space, and puck hunting will have to be in fine order in this third period. Yale leads 1-0. Arndt. Broken up by Lagunier, and back comes Bourbonnais to Orzetti. He has Lagunier down the slot, but he shoots it, saved by Hartzell. Nut score! Orzetti! He'll take a leap on the glass, and it's 2-0 Yale.
Orzetti's a big boy. That's a good test for that glass over there. But again, just go down the wall, simple hockey. Shot the puck. Hartzell made the good initial save, but he kicked the rebound right out to him. Again, just a soft little wrist shot, nothing harmful. But the defenseman turned the wrong way. The defenseman's got to stay with his man. Watch when after he shoots, he turns the wrong way and loses him. And that enables Orzetti to go get his own rebound. That defenseman's still got to play him. You got to mirror him. The play's not over yet. Defenseman thinks the play's over. Orzetti doesn't. He never quits on it, gets his own rebound. And Hartzell was a little weak getting to the post there, so Couple breakdowns by the goaltender and by the defenseman.
Just the second goal of the year for Orzetti. Hartzell couldn't believe that got by him, but like Barry mentioned, did not get all the way to the post. There was a slither of space, and it just gets between his body and the post, Barry.
Yeah, he thought he was there, but you're exactly right. Under him, before he got his pads down, he thought he kicked the rebound in a safe place to the side, which he did. But again, that defenseman's got to continue that play right to the end. You can't let the man have 2 shots. Orzetti did the right thing. He played it right to the end.
You spoke too soon, Barry. He did undo the glass. After he scored, he went right over to the Yale fans, jumped against the glass. We've seen Alex Ovechkin do that, of course. And he
let's check it. I don't think Ovechkin weighs, well, it says Orzetti only weighs 215. I might have to monitor that one.
He's 6'4", so more of them got on the glass. Here it is again. He scores. Now watch. He's going to find the fans.
That's a 100-yard run too, Johnny.
Yeah, he's got a lot of...
Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Boom. And there it is.
Go. That's it.
So they'll just clip that back in there. Shouldn't be a problem.
He's actually not doing any favors to his team. He's given Quinnipiac an extra 5 minutes to regroup and settle down.
So Quinnipiac is down by 2, but remember, in Providence against Canisius, they were down 3-1, 11 minutes to go, and they were able to get 3 goals in a row. Kevin Bowie, the last one, to defeat Canisius and move on. They will need another tight comeback like that one if they want to at least force overtime or possibly win the national championship.
And up to that point in the period, it was all Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac had everything going. And again, watch the defenseman here. There's the shot. The defenseman's got to stay with him. He turns away from him, lets Orzetti get his own rebound, and then we come to leap right here. The glass destroyer.
So wow, the freshman, Charles Orzetti out of New Jersey, has given Yale a 2-0 lead. So can this senior-laden team, Quinnipiac, finish the job in the last game of the year? Hartzell has given up 2 goals in the last 5 shots he's seen.
They got to get an answer from Malkin. That's been the difference of the story. The Yale goaltender's been unbelievable.
Here's Pekka, has a chance. Tries to settle the puck down, goes it towards the net, but taken there by O'Gara. Pekka tries to glove it, can't. Bolts will chip it out softly. Here comes Day. Day has Wilson with him. Taken down, no penalty called. Curry clears it up. Jones goes down. Kellen battling there in the corner. Nice job. Behind the net. Good work by Kenny Agostino. Agostino, one-man wrecking crew. Tried to go to Root, but Curry intercepts it. Pekka chips it with Bourbonnais.
Right idea. The pass was just a little off the ice.
Malcolm goes all the way down to Miller, sensing a change. Miller, slap shot. Fallon behind the net to Root. The Pittsburgh native lets it go, but it'll come right to Harvey. He looks to make a play, but what a great read by Miller. Miller has no one with him. He'll wait for help. Holds it, throws it towards the net. At this point, they're just trying to get shots. Sensing perhaps Hartzell's rattled.
You're exactly right. Weakness, maybe confusion, a little bit of doubting himself right now. Throw rubber at him. You're exactly right.
Langlois, he's nifty. Taken out nicely by O'Gara. This defensive pair has been very strong. Gus Young, Rob O'Gara.
Gus Young's been unbelievable in this game.
Great sticks by the Yale defenseman in this game. Federico knocks it in. Quinnipiac. The pace has slowed here. They can't have that. Here comes Bowie. Big goal, Kevin Bowie. Broken up. No penalty called. And Yale regroups. Young. Bourbonnais scored the first goal late in the second period. It really changed the tenor of this game. Lagunier with a hard hit on Hibbler. Here comes Goodman. He has Delhusen, the defenseman, activating. Number 2. Tries to go around, but he can't get around Colin Dueck. Another good stick play by a Yale defenseman.
Well, you'll get beat wide, Johnny. You don't mind giving the guys the wide berth because it takes a lot longer to get to the net. You don't want to get beat in the middle of the ring because you can get to the front of the net and a scoring chance so quick. So they'll give Quinnipiac the wide ring, but nothing up the middle.
Charles Orzetti with the impossible angle goal and the glass-rattling celebration. Yale is 14-15 away from their first national championship.
He could be the one. Soulmate. husband, loving father to your children. But first, you've got to get him to say hello. New Crest 3D White Arctic Fresh toothpaste. Use it with these 3D White products and whiten your teeth in just 2 days. What will a 3D White smile do for you? New Crest 3D White toothpaste. Life opens up when you do.
All runners, race starting in 5 minutes. 5. All runners to the starting line. All runners to the starting line.
Great first gig. Let's go. Hey. Yep. Party!
Aww. We are out of here.
Party!
Finding you the perfect place every step of the way. Hotels.com.
Every day, something unpredictable and outstanding happens in sports. SportsCenter takes you beyond the game with all the news and highlights and the most comprehensive insight and analysis in Canada. Day in, day out, SportsCenter delivers the perspective you need. From our ultimate insiders to the most exciting top 10 moments in sports. Our team has you covered. SportsCenter on TSN. Your game lives here.
Pittsburgh, beautiful city and a beautiful Frozen Four. 16 years ago today, Barry, the Hartford Whalers played their final game before they moved to Carolina. The bands have played Brass Bonanza at least once during this game, so a Connecticut theme. So since that game, it is certainly the biggest game in the state of Connecticut. This national championship game between Quinnipiac out of Hamden and Yale out of New Haven.
Lots of time in this game. Quinnipiac's getting tons of chances. You don't panic. You don't have to change your game style. You don't have to send 5 guys. You know, maybe a little bit more aggressive on the pinches, which they were doing in the start of the third period anyway. So lots of time here. 14 minutes is an eternity in a hockey game.
But it's hard to get here, and you don't know when you'll get back. And that's why a loss is so crushing in these situations. Rand Pecknold says this year was the perfect storm. 11 seniors. The goaltending of Hartzell. He won't have him next year. He won't have these 11 seniors and these 4 defensemen who are seniors. And who knows if any of his draft picks will change their mind and leave early like a Matthew Pekka or Kellen Jones, who were drafted. Jones by Edmonton, Pekka by Tampa Bay. So you want to take advantage of these golden opportunities. And right now they're down 2-0. Don't miss this week's NBA Sunday Showcase on ABC. It's a rematch of the game that ended Miami's historic streak as LeBron James leads the Heat against Joakim Noah and the Bulls. The NBA Sunday Showcase coverage tips off with Kia NBA Countdown. 12:30, that's tomorrow on ABC. Here on ESPN, John Butchergoss and Barry Melrose.
I like the fact that Yale's still up in the face, up in the grill of Quinnipiac. That's a great sign. Don't sit on it. Keep attacking them. Don't be backing into your own zone all period long. 14 minutes is too long to do that.
But Quinnipiac wins the faceoff, so they're able to establish some offensive zone pressure after the dump in. Pekka. It comes to Tolkien, and slap shot flutters wide of Malcolm. It was on edge. Day. Taken there by Pekka. Here comes Davies. Davies wrist shot towards that blocker in front. It's sticking loose. Can't get it. Tolkien. Waiting, goes to Davies. Composure tipped over the net. Pekka and Connor Jones were in front. Pekka interfered a bit. Puck comes up high and does not come into the stands. And here comes Davies. Yale's able to change. And then stealing his day. He has fresh skaters off the bench. Drop pass. Here comes Agostino. He's dangerous. Shot over the net. Hartzell picked it up late. Connor Jones tries to run it down. He can't. Back behind the net. Pekka will take over. Pekka, what a nice move. Then he backhands over to Kellen Jones. Here comes Kellen Jones. Pekka stays on the ice. He's been out for a while. Obviously in great shape as he's thrown down to the ice. Save is made by Jeff Malcolm. So some good pressure, Barry, by Quinnipiac because they know they have to turn it on now.
Well, that Pekka line was on fire right there. You see what makes that line so great. They're tenacious. They all skate well. They all pass the puck very well. They incorporate their D into the offensive attack. Great defensive play down low right there by Day. He comes back and ties up a stick. That's great defense in front of Malcolm. And you have Malcolm, who looks like he's just about unbeatable right now the way he's playing. But that line will be seeing, you know, predominantly just about half the ice time the rest of this game. The Pekka line.
Here comes Orzetti. Quinnipiac won the face-off, but they weren't covering the wall too well, and so here comes Yale. Like a knee air. Falls down. Trying to deal with Mike Dalyuzin, the senior. So these Quinnipiac seniors like Dalyuzin playing their final college hockey game. Like a knee air. He's a senior. He'll sign an NHL contract with somebody this week. His stock has dropped a little bit. He got off to such a torrid start.
But the kid has everything. He's 6'4". He's got great hands. You know, he'll be a lot bigger. He'll be 20 pounds heavier when he's a man.
So Rand Pecknall looking on. Been very calm throughout. That was one of the reasons why against Canisius he said the team could come back. They were down by 2 in that game. There's a similar amount of time left in the game as there is now, 12.5. Federico behind the net. Danny Federico out of Acton, Massachusetts. Fallon. Gus Young throws it up, but once again, a lot of pucks out of play. Because obviously Yale is going to try to keep it around the edges.
What's going to be interesting, obviously you're going to see the Jones line a lot with Pekka, but then you're going to be countered with the Agostino line for Yale. So we could see the 6 best players basically play, 9 minutes of the last 13 minutes. So it's going to be very interesting what both coaches do here.
Arndt on the draw against Carson Cooper. Cooper, a freshman out of Alberta.
That line's been good.
Senior.
Cooper, Ruffalo, and Killian. That line's been good today also.
Another face-off won by Yale. Here comes Cooper. Watched there by Barron. Jordan Samuels-Thomas will get it. Chip it out back in. Arndt. Nice play, but just out of his reach. Yale counters. Back deep. Yale will just look to get that puck deep as much as possible. Van Brabant now will bring it up. He'll throw it in. Can't get it in. Obukowski, Jordan Samuels-Thomas doing whatever he can to try to create mayhem and get a scoring chance.
He'll be talked to when he gets to the bench, Obukowski right there.
Miller has Agostino. One-timer blocked by Van Brabant into the netting. Yale's the only team to make the semifinals before in this Frozen Four. That was 61 years ago. Wasn't called the Frozen Four. Then in 1952, just 5 years old, ECAC didn't even exist. The head coach was Murray Murdoch. He was an original New York Ranger, won 2 Stanley Cups. Captain Harry Habmeyer, Pat Howe, Archie Douglas, Mike Robinson. The only other time they lost the semifinal game, won the consolation game, and after all that time, never made it back, and here they are on the precipice of winning their first national championship. Here comes Root. Goes it around the net, Agostino. Kellen Jones throws it across to Pekka. Nice play. Here comes Quinnipiac 4 wide. Pekka tries to go between O'Gara's legs. Can't do it. Kellen Jones picks it up. This big defensive pair, Barry, has given this line some headaches trying to get pucks through.
Oh, we got a breakaway here.
Here comes Miller. Will he make it 3-0? Yes! Captain, my captain. And Yale is 10:54 away from their first national championship. The Quinnipiac fans, the Quinnipiac bench are stunned.
I've seen a lot of college games this year, and as far as I'm concerned, the best line I've seen is Agostino, Root, and Miller. This line, night after night, leader, changed positions in order to make this line work. Normally a centerman got moved to right wing. He's a finisher, scored in overtime the other night for the win. Right here, that is a real hatchet. A nail in the coffin of Quinnipiac right there, the 3rd goal with 10 minutes left. But that line has just been great, whoever they play against, night in and night out.
Quinnipiac needs a quick one. Langlois. Here they come again. Goodman, wraparound attempt. Nice defensive play there by Colin Dueck, the senior out of Calgary, Alberta. Balch on the off wing. So the Yale Bulldogs First Ivy League team in the national title game since Harvard won it all back in 1989. They lead Quinnipiac 3-0. Lost 3 times to them during the regular season. Block in the air comes in. Knocked away nicely by Barry. St. Denis.
Well, now the chances have to be taken if I'm Quinnipiac. We'll have to send 4 guys. We'll have to pinch all the time. But again, you got to get to Malcolm. He's not seeing any rubber right now.
In the air, looks to get it deep. Lauren Barron, senior out of California. Bowie, offside, still shoots it over the net. It's Jeff Malcolm's birthday. He's 24 years old. But Andrew Miller, it's his weekend. The overtime winner against UMass Lowell. And then on the breakaway, 5-hole, 3-0 Yale.
This isn't just a maple tree. It's a Canadian legend. Its leaf flies on our flag. It stirs our soul. And its character has inspired a smooth new flavor just as legendary. Introducing Crown Royal Maple. Whiskey started, maple finished.
Need to grab a bite? Why not fly over to Subway restaurants? If you grab a kid's pack with a sandwich, juice, and apple slices, you'll even get a chance to win an adult movie pass for Marvel's Iron Man 3 in theaters May 3rd.
We combine full adjustability with incredibly low CG and the fastest face we've ever made. The result is the longest we've ever seen, only from Callaway.
I'm Mike Richards. You may not know this face, but you will. Every morning we talk sports, but this is not your typical sports talk show. The difference between doing this show on radio and TV? Manscaping. I know what you're thinking. Another sports radio talk show on TV. Trust me, this is morning TV you haven't seen before.
Mike Richards in the morning. Weekday mornings at 7 a.m. on TSN2.
Two schools, one trophy. And right now, the Yale Bulldog fan base is the one that's closer to it. Here's how we got here, Barry. It began with Clinton Bourbonnais late in the second period.
Yeah, Bourbonnais, puck's wrapped around. Gus Young goes in, beats his man to the boards, throws it at the front of the net. Bourbonnais tips it in. Right here is just a wrist shot right there by Orzetti. Gets his own rebound. I think the goalie would like to have that one back. And right here, we're just seeing a carbon copy of the overtime goal Thursday night. Andrew Miller scores another gigantic goal for Yale, as he's done all year long. What a leader.
And Tim Taylor is watching. Be remiss not to mention his great contribution to Yale hockey. Keith Elaine played for Tim Taylor. He must be thrilled so far watching what's going on here. Yale was 9.5 minutes away from their first national championship. Quinnipiac needs a miracle comeback. Anthony Day, the sophomore out of Buffalo, New York, that is USHL hockey at Waterloo, dumps it in. Again, goaltender Jeff Malcolm's 24th birthday. Here they come. Agostino, off-wing wrist shot. Nice stick by Tolkien. His ref drops straight down. Miller has it again. He just made it 3-0. Jesse Root behind the net. They wouldn't be here without him. The big overtime goal against Minnesota, also scored against North Dakota. They beat those two legendary programs back-to-back. Took care of UMass Lowell in overtime, and here they are, perhaps about to beat the team that's been #1 for much of the year. Obakowski turns and gets it out of trouble. Glove there by Carson Cooper. Throws it back. 8.5 to go. Great crowd here in Pittsburgh for this Frozen Four. Next year will be in Philadelphia. Jordan Samuels-Thomas. He has scored in each tournament game for Quinnipiac, but not yet. Ruled offside. The puck was in the air, but did appear to break the plane of the blue line. But he's been quiet in this one. Last time a 3-goal deficit was overcome, Mercyhurst, back in 1999.
Mercy me, that was a long time ago.
Mercy.
99. And again, I still like the way Yale's standing up. The defense aren't giving up the line. You'll hit on the bench, I'm sure they're yelling 200 feet, 200 feet. You know, no turnovers in the neutral zone. Make them go 200 feet to get a scoring chance. Things like that will be talked about on the bench. Not trying to beat a guy at the blue lines, making sure it gets deep. Little things like that will be talked about.
The MLB on ESPN continues with Sunday Night Baseball tomorrow night. Great matchup. Orioles and Yankees, presented by Taco Bell. Then on Monday Night Baseball, presented by USAA at 7. Ryan Howard and the Phillies against Joey Votto and the Reds. You can also catch both games live on Watch ESPN. Last change for Rand Pecknold, and he'll make it. However,
4-on-4 action here. A couple guys must have been hacking and whacking each other, so the referees took both of them, put them in the penalty box.
Travis St. Dennis for Quinnipiac and Antoine Lagunier off the face-off. There they are together. Whack, slash, whack, slash. So we'll play 4-on-4 hockey here now for 2 minutes.
And that favors Quinnipiac. When you're coming back, sure. I'd much rather play 4-on-4.
More space, more time for Pekka perhaps in Langlois, but it's taken here by Wilson. 2 Wilson. He's the son of former national champion Wayne Wilson. He was on that 84 Bowling Green team. He now coaches RIT. Pekka to Barron. Barron sees it for himself, trying to win that wall battle there, but fished out real nicely there by Wilson. Coach's son knows how to do the little things at this point. Miller! He saw Hartzell go out of the net.
I don't know if Hartzell saw that puck coming.
Langlois, so trying to get Langlois and Pekka some time and space here to create something, but now Kellen Jones comes out for Pekka, and now Langlois will change. I assume Connor will come out.
Goalie's gone, goalie's gone.
They pull the goalie with 7.5 to go. So it's a 5-on-4 situation. Throws in front, knocked down by Root, nothing called. 7.5 to go, and Rand Pecknold has pulled Hartzell.
I love it. I love it.
Connor Jones deflects into the netting, so now Pecknold can perhaps get Pekka back on the ice if he wishes. Let's see what he does.
Got the face-off in the zone. Hey, he's trying to win, man. What's the difference? Losing 4-0 to 3-0. I love the fact.
And now he's going to call a timeout as well, because he wants all these guys to not only get their legs, but also here's the plan. Because now's the time to make a move. Very interesting, being 4-on-4. Obviously, it's easier to score 5-on-4 than 6-on-5. So take advantage of this 4-on-4 if you can. It's a huge gamble, because one more goal and we're done.
I'd also like to know how many guys on the Yale team knew that the goalie was being pulled right there.
It was the element of surprise.
Yep.
Remember earlier tonight, 5-on-3 situation for Quinnipiac. They score the first goal. It sets up everything, but what a job by Yale.
Well, they're doing a great job of taking the passing lanes away. Nice little triangle there. They don't want the puck go from one side of the rink to the other side of the rink, and they did a great job. They'll let it go that way. Get back, one guy comes out. It's like a triangle. Everybody's moving. One guy comes out, one guy goes back. And again, that's where I said that Samuel Thomas has to do a better job of getting in front of Malcolm, because the way Malcolm's playing tonight, if he sees the puck, he's going to stop it. And he was seeing those shots on the 5-on-3. But you saw good movement, good rotation by the triangle of Yale. Yale hasn't made many mistakes tonight. 5-on-5, 5-on-4, with the power play, without the power play. They've been pretty rock solid.
I don't know what the record is for the earliest a coach has pulled a goalie. This has to be close.
It's close. I loved it. When I saw the goalie go in there, I loved it.
7:19 to go. Rand Pecknold has made the bold move to pull his goalie. So it's a 5-on-4 situation. Langlois, he's the kind of guy that can get it done. Pekka's out there, the Jones twins, and Curry.
Got to win the draw, John. You got to win the draw in this situation.
We'll try to win it back to Pekka, maybe go back to Curry, then have 4 guys crash the net, or if Pekka sees a lane, he can shoot. But again, the draw is won by Andrew Miller, and he'll take it. Remember, they can't ice the puck because it's a 4-on-4 situation. Langley shot. Ooh, blistering wrist shot. It's wide. O'Gara behind the net. The net is empty in this 4-on-4 situation. Up ahead, all alone. Jesse Root, the Pittsburgh native, perhaps has sealed the deal for Yale. They lead 4-0.
Root's got to be careful here. Through his glove, he can get a delay of game for doing that. He's got to be careful in that situation.
I think it was inadvertent. He did the old uppercut.
Yeah, okay.
And it kind of flew off. I don't think he really meant to throw it. Because you're right, they could call some sort of unsportsmanlike or something.
Taunting, something like that.
But here it is, Barry. Root smelled it out.
Again, who makes the play? Miller makes the play. Root is a recipient of a great pass by Miller. Miller made the play on the wall. I'm not sure.
Well,
certainly looks to me like he threw it up in the air.
He went into the boards here, and he took his right hand off the top of his stick, and the glove went flying. And here's the great reaction, and look at Keith Elaine. That's a reaction. It's like, yes, we've done it. It's ours. 12th of the season for Root.
Well, the best players were the best players tonight. Miller, Agostino, Root. Malcolm was unbelievable. Gus Young on defense was unbelievable. Obukowski was great again.
And here he comes now with the puck. We're still 4-on-4.
Just a rock-solid game. Yale's made no mistakes tonight. They playing exactly how they played against Minnesota, how they played against North Dakota, how they played against UMass Lowell. Just no breakdowns anywhere on the ice.
Truly is a storybook season how it ends. To beat North Dakota and Minnesota back-to-back. To beat the Hockey East regular season conference champion. Then to beat your in-state rival, the team that perhaps that beat you 3 times. They're 6-17 away from finishing off just an amazing run. Andrew Miller, the captain. You said, Barry, he was one of your focal points. He's got a goal and an assist now.
I love the guy. The way he plays, he's so confident. He's out there killing penalties. He's playing the power play. He's blocking shots. Chipping the puck out along the wall, taking draws. The guy just does everything for the Yale, and he's the leader. It just sounds too good to be true.
He's the all-time leading assist player in Yale history. No player in the history of Yale hockey has more assists than Andrew Miller. He was a centerman, but this year, Barry, they moved him to the wing to create that awesome line.
And again, he has to be willing to do that. A lot of guys would pout and cry, and I'm a center, I got to play center. It'll hurt my numbers. He doesn't care. He'll go to the wing and play wing.
Back come the Bulldogs. Here comes Bowie. Kevin Bowie, the senior. This will be his final game. Tipped into the netting. If Yale wins this game, its win percentage would be the second lowest ever for a national champion. Only Michigan State back in 1966 would be worse. So this is a situation, Barry, as you can see, a team that just sneaks in and gets hot at the right time.
Well, it's not even that. With their last 2 games in the playoffs, in their tournament, they didn't score a goal. So they entered the tournament without scoring a goal in 2 games. And they're the last team to punch their ticket. So there wasn't a lot of favorable things going on with Yale at the end of the season.
Well, they lost to Union 5-0, lost to this Quinnipiac team 3-0, but they squeaked in the tournament when Michigan, who many thought would win that CCHA final against Notre Dame because they were playing so well, but they lost. That got Yale in, and then they beat Minnesota and North Dakota on back-to-back days.
And who scored the goal? Root scored the winner against Minnesota from Agostino. So that line's doing it again for them. It's just great to have a line like that you can depend on. Quinnipiac does with the Jones line, just like the Agostino line does it for Yale.
Langlois, Goodman, and Harvey out and out. Hard hit by Goodman. Under 5 minutes left now. Tolkinen, hard shot to the point. Davies pinches in.
And Malcolm's outplayed Hartzell. Hartzell's great. He'll probably be a pro goalie tomorrow, but Malcolm's outplayed him.
I imagine out this performance, Jeff Malcolm might get a professional contract to start somewhere, whether it's the ECHL. A lot of goalies do that, and that's another save on a good hard wrist shot on the off wing there from Davies.
Still rock solid, still square to the shooter, still out at the top of the crease. Nothing changed.
Malcolm missed some time earlier in the season in February, and the team really sputtered.
I think they lost 5 in a row, didn't they, when he was gone?
Then he returned. And except for those last 2 games we talked about, he's been there. Again, got injured in February. They lost to Quinnipiac, Brown, Union, RPI. But he got healthy, and they rolled off 5 wins in a row. Princeton, Colgate, Cornell, and beat St. Lawrence twice before those back-to-back shutouts. The end of regular and the tournament play, but thinking they do get in the NCAA tournament. Quinnipiac fans all standing, but you can just see it's just a stunned look. Down low. Trying to get one is Bowie. Across to Federico, the defenseman at the net. Can't finish. Throws in front. Tip in. by Goodman. But Malcolm, again, the goaltender, celebrating his 24th birthday today. Deleuze tipped the buoy, but it might be too high. It is into the netting. It'll come outside the zone.
It's got to be a tough pill to swallow. You got 11 seniors. This is their last game. It certainly isn't finishing like they thought, Quinnipiac, but they're still continuing to play hard right to the end. Just a hotter team. They just played Yale at the worst possible time.
3:23 to go. When we come back, the conclusion of this national title game. The captain, the Connecticut River goal to make it 3-0. The Pittsburgh native 4-0, and on the bench, they can feel it. The national title is close to being theirs.
As a bartender, I know my vodkas. And my choice when I sit on the other side of the bar is Kettle One. Inspired by over 300 years of tradition. Kettle One vodka, the one to know.
I wish we could pay off our mortgage faster.
That makes two of us.
You came to the right place. With a new payment schedule and a fixed rate, you'll be mortgage-free faster. It means you'll save money, too.
That's good.
I wish we were in Jamaica.
Hi. Make paying off your mortgage happen. Borrow smarter and be mortgage-free faster with a low-rate mortgage. BMO Bank of Montreal. Making money makes sense.
A new truck can go the extra mile. But give the one you got a new set of Firestone tires. And it could go a whole lot farther than that. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
Jolly Rancher bold hard candies. And crunchy outside, chewy inside, crunch and chews. Untamed fruit flavor. Jolly Rancher.
Here's Ross in the lane, driving. Slam dunk to Ross.
Nobody could have predicted this.
Heavy price for a dirty sport.
This is going to be the big one.
Opinions.
How do the fans feel about this?
Everyone has them.
I'm astounded. You got to make sure that it doesn't continue. You cannot reduce players entirely to math.
So why not get an informed one? Farber.
The stupidity of all this.
Simmons.
This was one of the historical moments in this country.
Arthur.
Goblin-like criminal scheming worst.
Join Dave Hodge.
Oh, for a story that lifts us up and inspires us.
For The Reporters. Sundays at 10 a.m. on TSN.
Winning the Frozen Four would be unbelievable.
It'd just be amazing for us.
It'd be a tremendous achievement.
For our senior class, it'd just be a great feeling.
It would mean the world to me to finally prove what we, been trying to accomplish for a number of years now.
And they're going to do it. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose.
Be a big story if they don't, John.
The final 3:23. It's a 4-goal lead. Bukowski back to get it. Andrew Miller has become the all-time leader in assists in the history of Yale hockey. I'm sure he'll be named the most outstanding player of this Frozen Four, Barry. Certainly he has led the way.
Overtime goal, big goal in this game. Leader of the team, I'd say so.
He's out there now with the puck. Number 17 has Agostino. Makes a pass to Agostino, broken up by Van Brabant. Under 3 minutes left. Agostino battling in front. To the point it comes. Colin Dueck keeps it in. Too far for Samuels Thomas, but he's going in deep. He's still digging. Behind the net. Beautiful move by Samuels Thomas. Tries to make a nice feathery pass for Langlois. Real nice play.
They've controlled him really well today.
Day gloves it in. That's collision there with Samuels Thomas. They both get up slowly.
Day's out. That's a bad collision for Dave. He's out way big time in that collision.
Davies to the net. Tipped again into the netting. 2:08 remains. Again, the first 23 games this year, Yale's offense just provided 2.3 goals per game. But in their last 13, they turned it on. 49 coming into this one. And now 53 goals in the last 14 games. The potential is always there, Barry, with all this skill that we see, and now it's just come together.
It's getting the belief at the right time. It's getting the confident goalie at the right time. It's getting the style that you believe in at the right time. It's just getting everybody to buy in at the exact right time, and it's winning. You know, if they go in Minnesota, they get that first win, they're a totally different team, confidence-wise. So momentum is a funny thing. And right now, Yale's got all of it. They've had all of it for a long time.
Great senior class, as you can see. A couple of ECAC titles, 3 Ivy League championships, NCAA appearances, but that wasn't enough. They had to finish it off. And they're going to cap it off under 2 minutes left. Belhusen looking for Pekka. Here he comes, just out of his reach. Killian. Cooper. Killian slap shot high over the net. Fallon. Dewick out there now as a pair. Fallon, the sophomore out of Plymouth, Minnesota. Played his USHL hockey in Cedar Rapids.
Yale don't want any whistles now the rest of the period. They just wanted to get going. Straight time.
Under 90 seconds left. Hibbler. Junior from Missouri. Should be back next year. Here comes Zach Curry. Maybe that wedding, Barry, has begun. In the
I'm sure the
Virgin Islands.
The toasting's begun.
I'm sure there's Yale alum all over the country watching this game, of course, on TVs, not only outside the continental U.S., but inside the U.S.
A lot of boardrooms around the world, John.
It's one of the viewing parties set up in Germany. We mentioned the wedding party rescheduled so they could watch this game. New York, Philadelphia, Thailand, they're all over the world, Yale alum. This is one of the biggest moments in the history of Yale athletics. Under a minute to go. Kevin Bowie. Rand Pecknold gives him his final shift in a Quinnipiac uniform. Agostino takes it. He could be his final game if he turns pro. This would be just the 5th shutout in finals history. Only 5. And Jeff Malcolm could get it on his birthday.
And he's earned it. This wasn't a cheapie.
Langlois in. Andrew Miller's going to be out there for the final shift. 20 seconds left.
If I'm Malcolm, I want Andrew Miller on the ice for the shift. I can guarantee you that.
They're on their feet in Pittsburgh. New Haven, Connecticut is jumping at this moment. The Yale Bulldogs, for the first time, are national champions. Jubilation and the heartache as the confetti falls here in Pittsburgh, Quinnipiac. Such a strong performance throughout the year, but the Yale Bulldogs, their fans drove from New Haven in buses and cars. And
I've been on both sides of this, John, and you're right. At one end, it's the happiest day of your life. At the other end, 100, 200 feet away, is the saddest day of your life. It's amazing the different feeling between the two groups right now.
First time both these schools had a chance to play for the title. Players will congregate to center ice for the handshake. Quinnipiac is there, led by their head coach and the senior Zach Davies. It's Kevin Bowie. Probably the last significant game he'll ever play as a hockey player. A lot of these kids have been playing since they were 5, 6 years old. They reach this point, and they reach a championship game of this magnitude, and then it just suddenly, it ends.
Yeah, it was great. What they did in the last 3 weeks, the teams they beat, the places they went, what they had to overcome, who became big players for them, the leaders stepping forward, the best players continuing to play well, secondary players stepping up, the coaching job Keith Elaine's done. just Yale's been miraculous the last 3 weeks.
The fourth time is the charm for Yale. The first 3 games against their ECAC foe, as Reed Cashman, assistant coach, offers some words to Eric Hartzell. The first 3 games against Quinnipiac all ended in losses, but on the fourth time, and the most important game of the year, they come out on top. Led by their birthday boy goaltender you just saw there, number 33, Jeff Malcolm.
What a birthday present. Winning the national championship and you getting a shutout. How are you ever going to have a better birthday than that?
Can't top this. The fans on their feet as the confetti continues to flutter about in the air. First Ivy League team to win the national championship since Harvard won it back in 1989. Andrew Miller, his final game in a Yale uniform. I'm sure he's looking to continue his professional career. There he is. He's now the all-time assist leader. Came in tied for most in Yale history, but he assisted on the goal by Root, and he's with Clay Matvick on the ice.
Andrew, the 3 times during the regular year and the league playoffs, you didn't beat Quinnipiac, but you got it done tonight. What was the difference?
We didn't play a full 60 minutes in those last 3 games, and tonight we played a hard 60 minutes, and we played our game, we stuck to it, and we're national champions.
You go out a national champion in your senior year. What does this do for the Yale program you leave behind?
There's no greater feeling. It was a team win, and our team is on the big stage now. We deserve some respect, and again, we're national champions.
What about the effort from your goaltender, Malcolm, tonight?
He's a rock. He's unbelievable. Great kid, too. He made all the big saves when it mattered, and he's our superstar.
There goes Andrew Miller. John.
Whether it's Jeff Hamilton, Brian O'Neill, Mark Kaufman, Bob Kudelski, Bob Brook, this is one of those situations, Barry, where it's their national championship, too. When it's the first one, every player who's ever put on this uniform feels it. And Andrew Miller, the captain, led the way with his Connecticut River goal.
Well, they got it the old-fashioned way. They earned it. Right here, Miller comes in, right along the ice. All 3 goals went right along the ice tonight on Hartzell. But Miller's just been unbelievable all tournament long. Whenever they needed something good to happen, Miller gave it to them.
The goaltending talk throughout the weekend was Eric Hartzell. Would he win the Hobie? Would he lead Quinnipiac to the national title? But the goalie story today, Jeff Malcolm on his birthday, Clay.
Yeah, happy 24, Jeff. Can you think of a better way to celebrate your birthday?
Absolutely not. I mean, this is just amazing. I'm just speechless right now.
Most everybody thought you were going to have your best game of the year tonight against this firepower from Quinnipiac. How are you seeing the puck?
I mean, the guys did a heck of a job in front of me. I just felt comfortable pretty early on. Made some key stops, and I just felt good the whole game. So,
was there ever a point where you thought that this game was in hand?
I mean, that first goal is just a huge goal for us. Just a good bounce our way. I mean, anything can happen in the game of college hockey. So,
what does this mean for the Yale Bulldogs program?
I mean, it means the world. This is just amazing.
Congratulations and happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
John.
Alex Westland, Alec Richards, Keith Elaine, all former Yale alum goalies, Barry, and I'm sure they were all cheering and screaming loud for number 33, who, man, was spot on.
Spot on is right, and I was one of those guys that felt that Malcolm had to be the best player in the ice for Yale if they were going to win this, and he certainly was. Early in the game when Quinnipiac was coming at them, there's the paddle down save. Here's the save when Pekka beat the defenseman on a breakaway. There's Samuel Thomas breakaway chance right there. There's a good quick shot. Another one by Quinnipiac. He controlled his rebound so well. He moved side to side so well. He battled so well. And when you're on the bench and you're on the ice in front of him, you see him play like this, you just get more confident as you go, also realizing that if you do make a mistake, he will bail you out.
And again, what a special day for Tim Taylor. 28 years behind the bench, beginning in 1976. A great day for him. Now let's send you to the Consol Energy Center public address announcer. For more, here's Ryan Mill. Ryan.
Will the Yale Bulldogs please take your position at center ice for the awards presentation? Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. It's our pleasure to begin the 2013 NCAA Men's Frozen Four National Championship Award Ceremony. At this time, please turn your attention to center ice to join the NCAA Division I Men's Ice Hockey Committee Chair and Notre Dame Senior Athletic Director, Tom Novella, and ESPN's Clay Matvick for the presentation of the 2013 NCAA National Championship Trophy.
What a great Frozen Four. Congratulations to the Yale Bulldogs. And now, I want to introduce Tom Nevela, NCAA Division I Men's Ice Hockey Committee Chair for the trophy presentation. Tom.
Thank you, Clay. I must start by first thanking our folks here from Robert Morris University, the Consol Energy Center, Pittsburgh Penguins, and Visit Pittsburgh for hosting a tremendous Frozen Four. We also should recognize at this time our fine semifinalists, UMass Lowell, St. Cloud State, for great performances that got them here to Pittsburgh, and also for an outstanding season at Quinnipiac. Great job by them all year and tonight. But most importantly, your 2013 national champions from Yale University, Keith Elaine and Captain Andrew Miller.
Keith, I want to get to Keith here so we can ask the winning coach a few questions.
Hey, let go until you do things.
Coach, you were the last team into the field, the 16th seed, but you proved to be the best team in the field. How do you describe the run by this team over the last few weeks?
Well, if you knew the character of the kids that we have in our locker room, you wouldn't be surprised. It's a tribute to them and the senior leadership. The kids just worked, they believed, and they outplayed everyone in the field.
Jeff Malcolm was a rock again tonight. He has been through the NCAA tournament. As a former Yale goaltender yourself, how do you describe your goalie's work?
Outstanding, unbelievable. To get a shutout in the national championship game is just amazing.
Coach, many people across the country don't know about Yale not having scholarships yet. Here you are, national champions. This program has done some unbelievable things under your watch. But I know you want to talk about your mentor, Tim Taylor, tonight.
In fact, I know Tim's watching, so I'd like to say hello to Tim. And, you know, also the entire Yale administration. Our president is here, our athletic director, Tom Beckett, our associate athletic director, Wayne Dean. They're the reasons, besides these guys right here, that we have a successful hockey program.
Keith, congratulations.
Thank you, Clay.
The Yale Bulldogs, your national champions for 2013.
Keith Elaine won 31 games in net for Yale as a goaltender, and today he